Flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 five-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet, find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The sports calendar is heating up, and with ESPN Bet Sportsbook, you can go from checking news to stats to placing bets in a couple of taps. Stream games, bet live, and get exclusive offers when you link your ESPN account. Right now, you can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
318. Close to 319, though.
Yeah.
You ready? Can you feel it, Cappy?
Yes, I'm
on. Let's go.
Beep-ba-da-bop.
Yeah.
Do-da-da-da. Boom, ba-da-bop.
Sedano and Kap is on a live imaging Tuesday.
Where's Trudell?
Where's Lindsay? Laura's here. That's fine.
Well, no, I was just because Trudell, you know, he does his like little solo thing when he, right? He goes.
Maybe he's standing on a phone book somewhere.
Oh, will you be nice?
Well, you're the one who said he had little feet.
Oh, I did not say that ever.
Oh, I said
little
that.
feet?
He's got little feet.
Really?
I think he gets like kids Jordans at WSS.
No,
he doesn't. I get kid Jordans, and there's no way he does.
What size do you think he is? You think he's like a 4?
Speaking of size, producer D, Young D, he's got a new Lakers Talk Daily presented by our friends at Undergrad.
Oh, wait a second.
What?
Here he is. He's right behind you.
Little feet?
Little feet?
Mike.
That's what you call him? Little
I don't
feet?
think he can hear you from there.
Why is that speaker not up?
I don't know.
Why is there so much incompetence around here?
I don't know.
Because the speaker's not up?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to give yourself another heart attack.
I didn't have a heart attack.
Whatever you had.
Right. Next one
an
will be
episode.
a heart attack. The congenitive heart failure.
Congestive.
That too.
Yeah.
Will turn into a heart attack.
Yeah, seriously, just relax.
Yeah,
What do you want me to relax
seizures.
about?
Just chill.
I'm on anti-seizure medication, so I can't have
Oh,
them.
you are?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. How about what was the other thing you had?
Strokes.
Are you on anti-stroke medication?
Well, I'm on Bayer aspirin, the baby aspirin every day.
Okay, that'll thin your blood.
Anticoagulants?
So, yeah, exactly. So if there's a clot, hopefully the clot is already moved.
Anticoagulants.
Well, yeah, you don't want your blood to
Nicely
coagulate.
done. No, I understand. I mean, who does? Yeah. Nobody.
You want it to be thinner.
Right,
Yeah.
naturally. But you
And
are.
now I'm thinner in general.
Oh, I
There's
like
Mike
that
Trudell.
suit, Michael.
hey,
I'm
here
going to wear
comes
something
Mike Trudell.
similar on Saturday.
I feel like we're about to have some Georgia Florida orange juice here.
Wow, looking sharp.
No, that's a great suit.
Be careful, D.
And an excellent tie.
No, that is good looking. That's a good
Like
looking
they
piece.
say in Georgia all day long.
You want some lemonade?
Well, what do I have to clear up? You're saying something. when I
Sedano
read.
said something about you having little feet, which
No,
I thought
that's
was
not true.
I thought
He
it was
said
offensive.
Size 9?
Oh, that's not little,
Size
actually.
9. Yeah.
Well, I'm 5'9", so you know,
That's not bad at all.
Average.
He said a 4.
I did not say 4.
My,
Don't you and
my
George
daughter
wear the
wears
same
a
size
4.
shoe?
Yeah.
Your daughter wears a 4? You know that now every single time
Oh, no, I know.
Mike
I know.
posts a picture of his son I always like comment
Well,
in the
Cappy
pictures
does,
like,
What?
"Hey, that's a cute little dude."
Did you cut his hair because of Cappy?
He thought it was a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I was like, what girl does he have? Did he have another kid?
No, so he,
Cappy
Well,
thought
no,
Riggs
because he
was a
had
girl.
long hair, and Cappy thought it was a
he
girl.
had this picture of him
And now
his son.
you've cut Riggs' hair because of Cappy.
No, we cut it because it was we always cut it every X amount of months, but it's still long.
He had a picture at Dodger Stadium of him and his cute little son.
Yes.
And I didn't look carefully enough. And I said something to Mike like, "So how old's your daughter?" or something like that. And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, that picture at Dodger Stadium, you and your girl, the way you're holding her up like that was so cute, Dad.
But did you post that on social or
No.
did you text him?
No, I just asked him in person.
Because like Saturday, you commented on my golf picture as though we don't text every day
What did it
already.
say?
Like, how did it go?
Yeah.
Is that not something you have to post that on social?
Well, I mean, listen, you're probably looking at social, and I was like, "Hey, how'd you play, man?"
Well, Chris, he said it on air.
Yeah, that's true. I did say it on air.
Yeah, it was on. It was during the show.
It's not like there's any better or worse to have a son or a daughter. It's just the fact that he knew because we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
That he
Right.
says he has 3 sons.
Yeah, George
Yeah.
has a boy and a girl.
Right.
I knew that Cappy had 3 daughters and a son, and he, despite me talking about having 3 boys all the time, just like
Right.
Michael Thompson has 3 boys, and Billy Mack has 3 boys, Cappy apparently forgot. All
Cappy
those
doesn't listen.
conversations.
He doesn't.
Welcome to my world.
No, it's not that I don't listen. It's just that it looked like she looked so cute, even though he looked so cute. That's all I was saying.
Did you have some El Pollo Loco?
I did. It was good.
I saw you go back there
I
like
did.
7 times.
Yeah, I did. I got
Thanks
into
to our
it.
friends at El Pollo Loco for bringing my food today. I'll do an official read. I don't have the copy in front of me, but I'll do a big read at
All right.
3:30.
Good.
Big read.
Good.
Anyway,
Good.
big
Yeah.
game day.
Hey, how about those Kings yesterday? Even though
What-
Cappy left
amazing.
early.
Well, we did leave at 4-1.
Yeah.
No, it was 4-0.
And then then I said I think Edmonton just scored. Should we go back? And we're like, nah, they're fine. They weren't that fine.
Yeah, and Connor McDavid almost like
Connor McDavid, amazing.
ripped their
Yeah.
freaking soul out.
With
was
40
incredible.
seconds left, let's hear how it sounded on the ESPN LA Kings Radio Network.
Sedano against Draisaitl, and Draisaitl wins the draw back to McDavid. Tried to backhand it and got blocked. Kings bank it up the wall into the neutral zone. Here comes Trevor Moore, one-on-one. Moore waits, hits the trailer. Dano shoots, scores! Dano! It found its way through!
It was such a weird goal.
That's Josh Schaefer.
Why?
Here
He
on
was
17.
trailing the play. It was like beautiful. You could see it coming a mile away. It was great.
It was the knuckle puck from Mighty Ducks.
It was such a strange goal because the way the puck was shot, it like fluttered.
Yeah.
It wasn't like some 200-mile-an-hour fastball.
No, yeah.
It fluttered, and then
He nailed it. It's like the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, you've seen Mighty Ducks, right?
yeah, but it's been a really
Okay,
It's probably been like 30 years.
Yeah, right.
The knuckle puck. It's like a specific type of thing.
Yeah,
from
I don't
Mighty-
think it was intentional though.
No, that's exactly, yeah.
So,
Just kinda like
but
it.
who was the Kings player that like was standing in front of Skinner, the goalkeeper, who like elevated off
Yeah.
of his skates and like jumped up to almost distract the keeper to have that fluttering puck go through?
I thought the Skinner chants last night at Crypto were amazing.
The whole night was actually incredible. It started with the national anthem. So I
The
don't know.
harmonic.
How was the
Well,
ending?
no, I was booing during the Canadian national
Okay,
anthem.
let's start with that for a quick
Yeah.
second.
You
So
were booing.
There was
I
this-
said 51st state.
There was this lady singing the Canadian national anthem, "Oh Canada."
It's a beautiful song.
And
It
as
is.
soon as she starts singing, people started booing.
Yeah, and I
You know?
joined in.
No, I'm serious.
No,
People started
people in
booing.
the arena booed.
They did.
And I joined in.
And I was
I mean,
like,
I could understand that in certain parts of the country, but
but I was
this
just,
was
hold
Los
on.
Angeles.
You know what? That's exactly right, George. I was like, wait a second, really? Like people are booing here? Like,
stop,
no,
Kevin.
I'm serious. I was surprised. I
Please,
really was.
don't put on a different hat because Sedano's
What kind
here
of
now.
different hat?
You love to say there are certain things when we're doing our morning walks.
Oh, really? Like what?
I'm not going to get into it
Oh,
because
you're not?
Sedano will get mad at me.
Oh, really?
They're just
Sedano
booing.
get mad.
They're just booing the Oilers. That's all.
No, they were booing
By the way,
Canada.
Kevin, you said the whole night was amazing.
I love Canada.
What about the ending? Because you weren't there.
Okay, so I'm glad you're here for this, Michael. So let me just, before I get there, let me just say this.
His pal for the night, the heart patient, needed to go to bed, frankly.
Right.
You
So-
got a problem with that?
So, oh, Canada, people are booing. Then they come out with this. I don't know where they found these ladies, but Luke Robitaille was on earlier today with
Told
Mason
the story,
Ireland.
yeah.
He told the story that they had him play during the regular season, and people got into it. So it was like this group of like Korean ladies, and they're all playing harmonicas, singing to do the national anthem. And I'm like, well, that's kind of strange. A
It
little
was
bit.
the harmonica
well, the Lakers
class.
had a instrumental.
It's not the instrumental.
Go ahead, Lindsay.
It's the harmonica class from the Koreatown Senior and Community Center.
Right,
That's
so
very
these
nice.
were like a whole bunch of like older ladies, you know, and they
Right,
were
the
in like
senior
some
center.
traditional garb, and they're playing the harmonica, and I'm like, this is kind of a strange choice for game one.
But
And
you didn't have to say that out loud.
No, but it was okay because here's what happened. Something beautiful happened thereafter. The whole crowd
Sang.
What?
sang every word to the national anthem. It was actually quite an amazing moment. we were all singing at the top of our lungs. It was really cool because, again, it went from like, well, that's kind of a strange choice for game one of the playoffs. And then it was like, wow, what an anthem. It turned out to be a beautiful thing. It really was great. I would say it even outshone. Is that the right way to say
Showed.
it? Outshined?
Shine.
Anyway, how'd you like Smash Mouth in between periods 1 and 2?
Well, I didn't realize that wasn't the original singer of
Yes,
Smash
nor did
Mouth.
I pointed that out to
Because-
Cap today. I said he died.
No, he didn't.
I haven't seen
Yes, he
Smash
did.
Mouth perform
Well, he
since I
died,
saw
but he
U2
also had
like
a
25 years
controversy.
ago.
Well, he died like 2 years ago.
Oh, but there was a controversy before that where he said some racially stuff.
I do remember that.
So yeah, I didn't realize that.
So he died.
This was an original Smash Mouth.
No, okay, right, I didn't know that.
Trudell, were you expecting original Smash Mouth? I was.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So the first song that they did was like
Surprised.
Then the morning comes.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
No, that was the last
That
one.
was
okay,
last.
okay.
But they did I'm a Believer by the
Yeah.
Monkees. Now, did they do that song in like Shrek or
Yes.
something?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good pull.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
Shrek.
thought that to myself.
DeAndre said that's the only reason he knows is because he saw it on Shrek.
Oh, you saw Shrek?
They got through their first song. I
You
don't
take
remember.
a girl or you go solo?
No, I mean, Shrek is an old movie. So
I am just wondering what you were doing.
It was like Palm Springs 12-year-old date night.
He was a
for
toddler.
DeAndre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
12-year-old DeAndre is still bringing the heat.
Yeah.
They sang "Might As Well Be Walking on the Sun."
Yeah.
Then they
Walking on the Sun,
Yeah.
you're right.
Then they sang "I'm a Believer," and I looked at Chris and I said, "Do they have a third song?"
Oh, yeah.
that
All-Star,
they can-"
baby.
he
They
goes,
have a
Hey
lot more
now,
songs
Right.
than
You're
you
an
would
all-star.
think.
All-Star. Then All-Star came out. And I'll tell you what, it was actually kind of cool.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know that wasn't the original Smash Mouth singer either, but I was like, he doesn't sound like him and it doesn't look like him. But I was like, I'm kind of far away.
Cap,
it
they
hard?
have more hits than you would think. They do Can't Get Enough of You,
Oh, yeah.
Baby.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. They do sing
Yep,
that.
and they do, and then the morning comes. They do Why Can't We Be Friends? Why can't we? So they
That's
have,
a war remake, but that's
yeah, but
okay.
still, you know. I feel
Cabby,
like
was
they
it
have more than
hard
you
for
think.
you to sing along when you had all those meatballs in your mouth?
He had a lot of meatballs.
I only had 4 meatballs in my
Only
mouth.
4, but
Yeah.
he ate all 4 at once.
It was.
Well, I was explaining to Mace the whole hot dog bun thing.
Yeah.
Because you know that looked good when I broke out the
It
hot
made
dog
me have
bun.
a meatball, which
Yeah.
was not my best move.
Oh, dude, he had a lot of sodium last
But
night.
my blood pressure was great this morning, and my weight was down, so that's fine.
And you're here today.
Yeah.
So you did not die yesterday.
I didn't today.
No, he did not.
By the way, so Marty McSorley was banging the King's drum.
That's right.
It's been a tough few years for Marty, it looks like.
Oh my God.
I didn't see that, but he
Dude, he was a beast in NHL '94. He was the best defenseman
Yeah, he
in
was.
the
He
game.
was, but
Him
he-
and Adam Leach from the New York Rangers.
But I think when you don't see somebody for a long time, you expect Marty
Brian Leach?
McSorley
To still look
Brian
like
Leach,
Marty
sorry.
McSorley.
to still look like a guy who could still go
thinking
out there
Adam
and whack
Graves,
somebody over the
which
head
is
with
the
a
other
stick.
defenseman.
Different guy.
Yes.
Different guy.
Totally different
Then
guy.
Topanga from Boy Meets World.
In my back of my head was like,
Topanga banged the drum later on,
Is
Daniel
that,
Fishel.
is that? Oh, that's who that
Oh,
was.
love Topanga.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who
Yeah.
that was. Topanga.
I
Okay.
explained it to you last night.
No, but I didn't.
You never
get it.
watched that show,
no,
did you?
I didn't
Boy
watch
Meets
it.
World?
But if you would have told me it was Topanga, like just the name.
I looked over to you. I said, "Look, it's Topanga," and you were like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah."
No, you were like from Boy Meets World. Boy Meets
they
World or
named
whatever.
the canyon after her.
Oh,
Did
really?
you know
Cap,
that?
she was a guest on your friend's podcast.
Isn't that what happened? 'Cause when I moved to LA, it was already called that, so I had already seen the show.
let me do this. I know you want to hit a break, but let me just say this to Mike Trudell because I'm glad he's here.
Yeah.
Mike, Chris and I chose to leave the game last night when the game was 4-0. Now, you and I have had this conversation about when you left the Dodger game before Otani hit
Can
the
you
game
do this
when
on
he
the
won
other side so we can just go to
I'm
break?
setting it up.
Okay.
I want your
It's a great
opinion.
setup.
It's a long setup.
I want your
I
opinion.
mean, that's why I'm just like.
I
yeah.
want your opinion on what we did last night.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay?
In the interim, let me tell people about my home away from home, LAX. The People Mover train, man, it's going to be
great
rolling early next year. Part of LAX's ongoing investment to improve your travel journey. The new trains will quickly move guests between all the terminals, the new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking lot, and a kiss and fly lot, Cappy. 10 minutes or less, okay? From start to finish, 10 minutes or less, and they depart every 2 minutes when they open in early 2026. This is going to change the game. No more traffic in the bowl with all those rental car, buses and whatever. It's going to be so much simpler, so much better. If you're local, you can take the train, to LAX. It's going to be easy, and then the People Mover train will pick you up there. So for more information, just go to this website, lawa.org/ESPN. That's lawa.org/ESPN.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
actively
Yes.
rooting against
I
him.
gave him the jigaboom. You know what the jigaboom is?
Hit
That's
me.
my bad luck. It worked
Is
on
it
Larry
double-
Bird once.
double
It
cross fingers?
cross fingers, and right when the shot goes, jigaboom. I guarantee you it works.
It must have
Yes.
been powerful. He made Larry Bird miss shots.
Twice.
Yeah. Larry Bird
Yes.
didn't miss a lot of
The
shots.
jigaboom. Yes, sir.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, you feel it? Days are getting longer, sun is getting warmer. Looks like our SoCal summer is right around the corner. Here in California, we are all about choosing chill. From hitting the beach to the best hiking trails to going all out to support our teams. One thing really all ties it together, and that's enjoying it all with good friends and a cold Coors Light. Pick up Coors Light near you or get it delivered to your door today. Visit CAChooseChill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Hey everybody, it's Cap. Inheriting a home can be overwhelming, but Seller's Advantage makes it easy. One customer shared, and I quote, "Inheriting a home felt like too much work. Seller's Advantage gave us a reasonable offer, handled everything, and closed in 3 weeks. I highly recommend them." End quote. Skip repairs and headaches. Call Seller's Advantage at 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your free cash offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Oh, out the barge.
334. I feel like it's a 60% afternoon drive kind of day.
Right now, I'd say I'm about 60 to 70%, but it's mostly because I just had a cup of coffee.
On this day in 1985,
The night.
the #1 R&B song, DeBarge, El DeBarge, Rhythm of the Night. Also,
the DeBarge family.
Yeah, the whole family, the whole Mishpucha.
Yeah.
Today's also Jelly Bean Day. I had a couple jelly beans last night in the suite.
You did?
I did.
Do they have sodium?
Yeah, a little bit.
Dude,
I can
he's-
have my heart
dude,
is working normally.
He's this close to going back.
No, I can't go back.
He's this close.
Because the blood pressure will show it.
You know
but
that-
now my morning blood pressure is down below 120/80.
Yeah.
So all day long we're under 120/80, and that was the goal.
Do you know that last night he had a meatball?
It was a poor decision. I had a bite of a
Okay.
meatball.
It's getting to the point, and then he had a jelly bean.
I had one jelly bean.
And I said to him, "I go, what do you want? Me to mix you a cocktail here?" What,
And I
what-
said
what?
no. And I said, that's just mean to say to somebody who's celebrating 4 months in AA.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't
You're
do
a
that.
scumbag person.
What I told him was,
I don't normally condone the scumbaggery, but that was scumbaggery.
I was going to take a bottle of vodka and just put water in it, and then just pour the bottle into the glass and go like, "Hey, look, it's flavorless vodka." You know? What
does that mean?
I don't know.
I mean, vodka's kind of flavorless.
I'm just saying that you're on the verge, like with the meatball. And
There's
then,
my 3-month coin.
Okay.
From AA.
All right.
I'm not going back.
Okay. Well, I mean, the meatball is a what do they call like a drug where it's like a gateway?
Gateway food.
Meatballs are gateway drugs for you.
not.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
So go ahead. Ask Michael what you're going to ask him about leaving early.
All right, Mike, here's the situation.
So we can
You
get to
ready?
the actual Laker
Here's
game
the
tonight.
scenario. All right, look.
Good question
It's
about that later.
4-0. The Kings are up 4-0
In the second
In
period.
the second period. And halfway through the second period. And the crowd is on fire, and the Kings are totally dominating.
Al Michaels is there.
Right, and I'm watching the Clipper game on the screen, and it's a close game against
What do you
Denver.
mean on the screen?
In the suite. I'm watching.
Oh, you're in the suite. Got it.
Well, where else is he going to be?
Right, I mean,
This loser.
He's not going in the stands.
Well, listen, I would have
No?
loved to have been in the stands last
I
night.
thought he was a man of the people.
I am, but in this particular case, all I
He
had
loves
was suite
him
tickets.
some sweet.
Yeah,
But I should have
do.
put it together because the meatballs. Okay,
Right.
I got it.
So at 4-0, Chris is like, I mean, game's over. I'm like,
I was
yeah.
also tired. I'm a heart
Yeah.
patient.
Hey, listen, this guy almost,
almost died.
Right. So I'm like, okay, so we'll go. Again, under the assumption at 4-0 that the game is pretty
Well,
much
why are
wrapped
you
up.
putting the responsibility on Chris?
Oh, because it was
You're-
very much him who
You're
prompted
a
us.
grown
to leave.
man.
You would have totally left.
Well,
You were
kinda-
looking for an
We're
excuse.
sort of on a date
Are
at
you?
that point.
But like, do you both have a hotel key?
Yeah.
Okay, so you.
Well, we're not in the
have-
same room.
Right. We're just neighbors.
Oh, I figured you were in the same room.
No.
Why would you?
We have separate rooms.
About
Why would you have
60% of the time we share our rooms.
Why would you have separate rooms?
Why is Beto putting his hands on my pills?
He just asked, "What is this?" He wants to know why they're there.
John's looking at it now,
Knowing
too.
Beto, he's going to sell them on the street.
Wow!
Wow.
Are these heart pills or are these pills to overcome the things that the heart issue?
Yeah.
If they're pills for
Good
everything.
question.
Let's get back on track here.
All right,
Go ahead.
You left the Dodger
Ask him the
game
question
and
already.
Ohtani hit the game-winning walk-off home run. Would you have
Shohei Ohtani.
Would you have left at 4-0?
Are my kids with me?
No, you're by yourself.
No.
No.
If I were by myself, I wouldn't have left the Dodger game. The reason I left the Dodger game is because the kids had to be
School.
at school
All right, if your
at
kids
8
are with
a.m.
you, if your kids
That's-
were with you last night,
That's part of it. Now, well, here's the other difference between the two. What, 19, 20,000 people at Crypto?
Yep.
Dodger Stadium, 60K
Yeah.
in the parking lot.
Way
So
different.
That's
adding,
60.
So you're
About
adding
60, yeah.
you're adding, 2 hours potentially if
Yeah.
you wait for the whole game versus even if it's a sellout. Well, it's going to be a sellout. It's playoffs. It's probably what, like an extra
30
20
minutes
to get on
max.
the highway.
Yeah.
where I'm really getting
So,
shamed by my son, who's
And
really
it's playoffs.
pissed
So
at me.
this is the other
I
difference.
couldn't
Yeah,
believe
it's
it when you said
playoffs.
you weren't there anymore.
My son was pissed at
It's
me.
late.
My son was so mad at me. He's like,
What's
"How
he
could
gonna
you
do?
leave?" He's like, well, but here's the other point. You're exactly right. My son's like, you live in the hotel across the street,
Right.
You're
Yeah,
not
you're-
getting in your car and driving
That's
home.
part of it.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Here's
And-
the other thing. Everybody had kind of left that was from the station.
So what?
So there wasn't a lot of schmoozing anymore.
Oh, and that's what he likes.
Well, here let's
You're
put
a
in-
schmoozer.
Let's acknowledge another factor here.
Yeah.
We are very fortunate
Yeah.
to get these tickets often comped
Yeah.
by our employer. Okay, a lot of people they're paying a lot of money for playoff game, so that there's no way that they're going to leave because
Right.
they have put them. So it's easier for you.
Yep.
Just the select few of the world that just get gifted this amazing perk.
Well, I wasn't gifted. I
And
was
you're
working.
and what you're doing
Yeah,
is that
right.
you're
No, he
taking
was.
advantage.
We
You're
did
taking
social
advantage
media
of all of
content.
the people that could have been in the building in that same spot.
Yeah,
Cappy.
you're right. You're right.
We'll do
You're right.
content tonight.
We will. I'll do the Cappy Lappy tonight.
The Cappy Lappy.
before the Lakers game.
So so this morning on our walk, he references it as normal conversation. So tonight we'll get off the air, we'll do this, and then I got to do the Cappy Lappy. I'm like, what? He's like, oh, the Cappy Lappy. But he talks about it like very normal.
Yeah, nonchalant.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, we're gonna do the show, we'll do the Cappy Lappy.
Right, got to do the Cappy Lappy.
Yeah.
I mean, people seem to love it. It's
Yeah.
a big hit.
It is a hit.
It's gone viral.
Do what you got to do, Cappy.
Right on.
And do your lappy. Speaking of the Laker game, must win.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mathematically, maybe not, as John likes to say. But, Michael, as you know, historically, not great if you go down 0-2.
Yes.
And 0-2 on the road. I believe 11% of teams who have gone down 0-2 and then have to go on the road have come back to win the series. So, not ideal.
No, actually, the one that I was thinking of I guess this was
Indiana.
last year. Well, no, Minnesota and Denver. Remember, they both won in the other's building for the first 4 games, and then the Wolves eventually win in 7.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, so I have no reason to believe that the Lakers won't simply play much better than they did. They were clearly flat. They clearly did not meet the physicality of
Right.
of Minnesota once the second quarter started. They looked good early. Luka carried the water for them.
Yeah.
And then once Minnesota hit that counterpunch, they were down by 15 so quickly that there wasn't even really time to say blitz Anthony Edwards or switch pick and rolls the way they
happened
were
very
covering.
fast, yes.
And so by that time, I think you save your big adjustment for game 2, which I think was smart for the coaching staff. You don't just throw it out there if you're down at some point it was like 25.
Yeah.
So that I think it'll be a much different Laker team tonight, and I expect that they'll play really well.
Yeah. Michael was not happy during that game.
Oh, really?
I mean, he did not look thrilled.
You mean like emotional?
So now I'm sitting next to George.
Okay.
Yeah. Did not look happy.
And,
All right.
and now,
I mean, it's not the performance he expected.
I'm reporting on the game. I'm not looking happy ever. I look the same.
No, I mean, you're more of a smiler.
This
You
is how
smile
I look.
when you talk to JJ at halftime.
Cappy, look at it. This is how I. This is. Well,
me take a look at you.
What he's judging is me sitting in my seat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right?
next to me.
So there's no cheering on press.
No, there's no cheering.
So Cappy,
Never
this is
cheering.
All right, let me take a look at you.
He's a professional.
So you're
but
Sedano.
but normally he's like a little more jokey with me.
Okay.
There was no jokes.
You have an earpiece in your ear.
There's no jokes.
Let's let Cappy
No
judge.
jokes.
Yeah, aren't you like working? You're doing
We're both
sidewalk.
working.
Yeah, but
we chat all the time.
But he's not in the middle of a broadcast per se, right?
So I've got.
Not Saturday.
Well, Saturday I had the same thing in my ear as he did.
Oh, you did have one.
I had.
You had an IFB too.
No, I had AirPods in.
Oh, okay.
Which year did you have it in?
Well, both. Because in this way, because Sedano wants
it's
to know
loud.
stuff.
It's loud. So you gotta have the double.
Cappy, anyway,
All
this is
right.
what. So here's my computer, right? Okay.
Cap, we should just walk in around with IFBs.
Cappy, this is what I'm like. So try to talk to me.
Yo, Michael, are you happy right now? Oh, whoa, long face. Whoa. Hey, Mike, what do you think? Oh, hey, how are you, man? Hey, the Lakers are not looking very good right now. Oh, hey, you don't look very happy. Wow.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my normal watching the game face.
I don't know. I've sat next to him a lot of times over the years.
Focused.
Yeah.
Focused.
Yeah. I was just saying, I've sat next to him a lot of times.
Wait.
Just wasn't thrilled.
DeAndre, hit me with that again.
He kind of he just looked. He had a look of concern on his face, and I say that lovingly.
Yeah. Here's the deal. I don't want you sharing what you think.
Yeah.
I look like
Lovingly
during the because it may or may not be accurate.
Right. So wait, you don't want him to give his interpretation of your
Yeah, it's
facial
like-
gestures?
I'm just going to give you some advice on this one.
Well, it's
Because Sedano's like my agent. He is actually. You don't want to mess with Sedano. He can put your lights out. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's not true.
Like he can make sure Cappy's key card doesn't work
Right.
anymore.
It
Hey
still
there.
works, barely.
I'm George Sedano.
Put it this way, Mike, every time I walk in.
I did
and have-
save the station allegedly.
He did.
And I have to use my key card 2-3 times. I'm like, Sedano, he turned my key card off.
What I'm trying to show to George is, let's say that
So if
Cappy,
you want to
I even
replace
thought my hotel room
Travis
key
and
wasn't working.
DeMarco,
I thought you
It was
turned
my
that
fault.
off.
if you want the Mike Trudell show 9 to noon,
Nah, I don't do the morning show.
you better not mess with
But
Sedano.
No.
let's say
Anyway, my point was you were not happy
you
with
don't
the
know
output.
that. You don't know that.
Were you
And
happy
if
with that?
And if you text me something privately to me, I won't
didn't
say
text
it on
you.
the air. Yeah, but if you did, whatever it was,
Right.
then I would
But
clear
I'm just
it
saying,
with you.
you didn't. You were like you
I
were
wasn't
concerned.
anything. I was like anyone else watching that
Right.
game. Like,
No, you
oh
looked upset.
wow,
This is not what I
this
expected.
is not what I expected.
And that's what I said.
But that's not unhappy.
You looked upset to
well,
me.
I mean, that's not happy.
No, that's just I was surprised at that the Lakers didn't
Right.
bring as JJ Redick was,
Yeah.
as LeBron James was,
Right.
as anybody sitting in the stands
Yeah.
was. So I'm objecting to the unhappy
Okay.
clarification.
I thought you
I was
looked
simply
unhappy.
surprised by the level of play,
Yeah.
and that's what I expect to be
Cold
different
like
tonight.
Minnesota.
I feel like Jack Black had the same facial expressions.
Hold on,
that Mike
Cappy, let me
had
try
on.
this again.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me take a look at you. Oh,
Nah,
hey,
see?
different.
So no, that's
Very happy guy.
But that's
That
not
was
what.
very
That's not
Zoolander-esque.
happening.
Very
during
happy
a
guy.
game.
Why not?
But it's fine.
All right, let me try with Chris. Hold
All
on.
right, go ahead.
I'm going to
Watch
try to
this,
do my
Chris.
normal. This is how I actually think I'm looking during the game.
Like, so what do you think about Cappy Schwanz?
Well, I haven't seen it.
Well, I'm just saying.
I was just
See, there you go. That's what I expected.
I'd say like, hey,
I haven't seen it.
we did a bit today about the Pope and who's going to win for the new Pope.
I mean,
what do you think about
Cappy? You should try to go Anthony Edwards. With your Schwanz talk.
Hey, listen.
We had a listener call in today during Mason Ireland to Sports Graffiti who said that his kid, they like went home from Little League and the mom asked, "How'd you do today?" And the kid goes, "I got hit in the schwanz, Mom."
We are influencing America.
Yes.
Youth of America.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyway,
I mean, he's pretty much telling you, Mike, he thinks you have RBF.
what?
I do, but that's my
RBF.
that's my
Resting,
reporting
you know
general
what
reporting
face.
That's
face.
what you were saying.
No, I said that he didn't look his normal self, which is normally like pleasant.
Okay, right. So this was RBF.
I think that I have a certain game face, no matter what's going
game
on.
face.
In the
Maybe it
game.
was extra game face. Maybe I forgot what
Playoffs.
playoff game face looked
Game
like.
face.
See?
Maybe.
See, you're like LeBron. You weren't expecting the physicality.
Right, of
you were
Trudell.
not ready. You needed game one to get ready.
Now,
There it is.
I also let me say this. I have no idea what George's face looked like in that context because I didn't care.
Oh, wow.
You know, I wasn't really judged. Like, it's George. I
Well, I was
having
wondering
my-
because there was like injuries and also some crazy crap going on during the game.
Well, George was doing network TV at that point. Not even network.
I mean, he does network TV. I do network TV every time I'm sitting next to him.
yeah, but sometimes you're ESPN. This was ABC.
It doesn't matter. It's
No,
all the
I
same
think-
job.
Chris,
but
no. He did say He did say in the fourth quarter.
Don't mess with me. I'm on
actually,
ABC.
you know what, George? Out of respect for you, I'm not going to say what you said to me.
wow.
What did I say?
on the air.
I don't
I'll
know.
say it in the
No,
break.
say it.
And then if you're comfortable with me sharing
You
it
can say it on the
publicly,
air.
then no, I'll save it for the break.
Okay.
And then if it's something that you'll clear, then I'll
okay.
say it on the air.
I'll probably clear it. I don't.
With him.
That's terrible.
Well, you just told him I would cut off his key card, which is not true.
Exactly.
So there's
I
that.
know how this place works.
First of all,
why do you think
100%
I'm back here? Because of him.
Well, that was me too.
Well, you just said that
I
he's
also
the
had
one
a
that
little
runs the
hand
door.
in
He's
that.
my agent.
Also, I want you to know I had a hand in that too.
No, Cappy
Yes,
had
I
nothing
did.
to do with
I
it.
had
in
I
that.
had a hand in that.
You
Yes,
had
I
no
did.
hand in
Yes,
that.
I did.
You were worried he was my side piece.
No, I had.
Oh,
No,
I
he's
did
my
say
side
I
piece.
did do that bit on the air. Sedano and Trudell coming this fall.
Yeah, that was the pickleball controversy.
Oh, that's true. There
Remember?
was the pickleball controversy.
Yeah.
That's true.
You were worried about being
I
replaced.
can't believe you're not going to tell this guy what he said to you.
I don't even remember.
It wasn't a big deal.
Yeah, it was
it's
something
just
like,
that,
I'm on ABC and you're on Spectrum, so suck it. Like,
No,
so
I
something
would
like
never
that?
say that. That's
No?
not true.
Oh.
no, it's just. But the point that I'm trying to make to George is that I just want to run it by him before I say
Very
it.
sweet of you.
I didn't realize
We
you had
don't
to
do
run
that
by
to each
that.
other.
You looked surprised.
Yeah, we don't
And
do
No,
it.
you said no.
You didn't look happy.
There you go.
But you didn't look happy.
I don't. There's no happier sad.
Right, but don't you think if the Lakers win, you're more pleasant?
I mean, I think. Yes.
Okay. Then what's the point
Yes.
here?
Well, it's just kind of a fun bit.
Okay.
Are you going to say that his facial expressions, George's, don't change because of all the Botox?
See? No Botox.
It's another Kings playoff ticket giveaway here on 710
Are we doing
today.
that now?
Not yet.
Kings, go.
I'm just teasing it.
Oh.
Listen all day long for your chance to win tickets to tomorrow night's game at Crypto.com Arena. Game 2 against those stinking scumbag Edmonton Oilers.
Whoa.
Just listen for the cue to call. When you do, be caller number 7 at 877-710-ESPN, and you're going to be in the house tomorrow night. Listen all day for your chance to win. We've got your tickets this afternoon on your home for LA Kings hockey, 710 ESPN. By the way, have you watched Lakers Talk Daily, the new edition?
Oh, DeAndre.
With Young D?
Yeah, I need to check that out.
I keep telling him to promote it. He doesn't promote it.
Yeah, during this show, you need to promote it. We should put in a promo for it.
What are you scared about?
Well, I've been trying to, and the content, rolls on. That was
The content always rolls on.
Okay, so that's why I was going to explain to you.
If somebody
that
tells you not
can
to
stay
promote
locked in with me during playoff action on Lakers Talk Daily on the ESPN LA YouTube channel.
Yes.
Presented by Underdog Fantasy.
There we go.
Download the Underdog app. Use the promo code
Not great
ESPN LA
timing.
for a special offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You got that right.
What'd you
$1,000
say?
in bonus
Not great
cash.
timing.
What do you mean?
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you, DeAndre. So here's the deal. What we'll do is coming up next, let's get into the meat of
Good
the
job,
series.
DeAndre.
Way to go, D.
But in the first, before that, let's talk about my guy Jacob.
Okay, let's do it.
Listen, very simple.
That, we can do it on
Adjustments,
the
adjustments,
You can-
flexibility.
we're-
This ain't San
it's like what
Diego.
JJ will do
St.
today.
Tulsa.
You
JJ
small
will
market-
adjust today, and we adjusted right now. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'll disagree with you on that.
No, you won't disagree because you're going to adjust today.
I think that's a very asinine way to talk about the NBA.
I agree.
No, I don't agree.
I agree.
I don't.
Are you going to show JJ your suit tonight, Mike? And he's going to be like, "Where's the lemonade?"
He's going to see it.
He'll see it, but he's locked in. Yeah, I don't think
He's
worried.
very locked in.
he's-
Some country time.
I don't think he's worried about what I'm wearing.
Is that what it's
today.
called?
Locked in.
Yeah.
Country
locked
time
in.
lemonade.
He'll be locked in, though.
Hey,
Go
so
ahead.
anyway, about Jacob. Newsflash, not all personal injury attorneys treat you the same. But you get into an accident, you call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 sent you. So it's true. Some big law firms might look at your accident and decide, it's too small. Not worth the time. It's just the way it works. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Garbage.
So what do? They hand your case off to someone with less experience, leaving you wondering who's really handling your situation. That's why when you're in an accident, you need to call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. Every case matters to Jacob. He won't pass you off to anyone else. Think about it. Who do you want talking to the insurance company on your behalf? LA legend Jacob and Ronnie, or some fresh out of law school kid just trying to get by? Don't take that chance. If you're injured, call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. Tell him Sedano, Mason, and the crew at 710 send you. So get the care you need, the compensation you deserve. Call Jacob at 844-24-JACOB, 844-24-JACOB. Visit him online at calljacob.com. And by the way, if you or a loved one have been injured or lost property due to the recent wildfires, call Jacob for a free case evaluation. Together, we will rebuild.
What's up, kiddos? The Big CY here. What a Kings win Monday night over the Oilers. Go Kings, go. As we wait for Game 2 on Wednesday at LA Live, how about tonight? Game 2 for our Lakers against the T-Wolves. Time for some payback on Minnesota after Saturday. Hear the game tonight on 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app. Listen tonight, talk about it tomorrow morning with me, Clinton Yates. Start your Wednesday with Clinton and Friends, 7 to 9 a.m. on 710 ESPN Los Angeles.
Pizza City Fest returns to Los Angeles at LA Live on Saturday, April 26th and Sunday, April 27th. The festival offers a stellar lineup of Southern California's best pizza makers in one location, giving fans the unique opportunity to taste, see live demos, and attend panel discussions with culinary experts over 2 days at LA Live. Get more info and buy tickets now at lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA. Once again, that's lalive.com/Pizza City Fest LA.
Cappy here to tell you about my great friends at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. I'm a huge fan for so many reasons. The safety, technology, versatility, reliability, and they're all about the Subaru Love Promise. The cars are spacious and sporty. You got to go see my boy Omar and his team at Ocean Subaru of Fullerton. They're focused on your needs, and they're the most knowledgeable people when it comes to getting you into the right Subaru. Ocean Subaru, 1100 South Euclid in Fullerton, just off the 91 freeway. Go to OceanSubaruOC.com. That's OceanSubaruOC.com. Ocean Subaru of Fullerton, where every journey starts with love.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
Oh, yeah. Come on now.
Get it. Yeah.
Oh. Let me lick you up and down.
You didn't think I could move like that.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I can't move like that today.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, you hurt your back.
Yeah.
On this day,
Tossing BP to the kids.
Yeah. Whenever I do that, hamstrings get tied eventually. Anyway, go, Chris. Just my hamstrings.
It's fine.
Yoga, man.
Yeah.
On this day in 1993, the number one R&B song, Silk, Freak Me. You ever put this on for
I wanna get freaky with you.
tonight when you get home?
You know,
and you start to take the white suit off. You gonna put this on for you and the missus?
I was thinking more kind of boys to men.
And Cappy and I can be there, like just to like cheer you on. If you want.
We could just be singing it to you like this. We could be doing like a Motown dance.
Yeah. This is my point of confusion: is that I really genuinely thought you guys shared a room together.
No, we have in the past.
There
but-
has been a shared room. On
Yeah.
occasion.
I think it was that one time.
In Yamava, we did it.
And so, which is fine. Now, if they had, let's say you get to the front desk, like, hey, Cappy, hey, Chris,
they actually do say hello, Mr. Morales.
Exactly.
Mr.
We've got, hey guys, hey look, sorry, we're a little limited tonight. We've got a king, or we've got two queens,
two doubles. Yeah.
Do you or two doubles? Do you always take the two doubles? Or you're like, you know what, king, you get a little more space, like put pillows in the.
Well, wait a minute. Are we sleeping together?
No, we got one room left.
Oh,
okay. There's a king bed or there's two double beds.
Hey, you go the doubles.
Yeah, the
I
doubles.
think you go the doubles.
For sure.
You want us to go king?
Plenty of space for one person in a double.
Whatever you got, I don't know. What's your whatever.
Well, we've never slept in the same bed, not like on purpose.
Okay.
Didn't you do like head toe on Yamava that time?
No, we were have separate
Kind of
beds.
like the Willy Wonka grandparents.
But that's
You know
back
what
when
I
I
mean?
snored a lot. Now there's no snoring.
I wouldn't want George if we had to share a hotel room. I would never want to do head toe because I feel like somebody's going to kick the other person. in the face.
sure, right in the face.
Right. So
Right?
you would rather do the two queens.
I should, yes, ideally.
So if you guys
But if
showed
there-
up and they were like a king or two queens, and you were like, we prefer two.
We
queens.
prefer two, but a California king is large.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Is
saying?
very
There's-
large.
Yeah, there's room. So you
California
can-
Kings, though, are more narrow, and they're just, they have more length.
We could go schwanz to
I
schwanz.
think, Lindsay, I think they're the same width.
No, they're
they
not.
just have more length.
Nope, I've had California King bed, and then when I got a regular king size bed, my sheets didn't fit, and I looked at the dimensions, and it's actually narrower, but it's longer, so they're for like tall people.
Oh,
but I turn
is that
mine
right?
sideways because I like to have extra room for
So
my dog.
a regular king is
Wait a
wider.
minute, what
than
is
a
sideways?
California
The
king.
bed is sideways?
I turned the mattress sideways,
Oh,
so
okay.
that
that makes sense.
Wait, so you're
I'm
still,
short.
you're still sleeping with Chewy?
Yeah, my dog always sleeps with me.
Even after he got skunked?
No, he didn't get skunked. Pumpernickel got skunked.
His buddy.
His
Yeah.
best friend got skunked?
Yes, he did, right in the mouth.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait a second. The skunk the skunk sprayed the dog Pumpernickel
Yes,
in the face.
Pumpernickel approached the skunk and was in the middle of barking at him. He sprayed him right in the mouth.
No, but in the mouth, like did he start choking?
In the face.
Yeah, he was like, doing the thing with his tongue.
That's horrible.
Yeah, it sucks. And then his eye got all red and like watery.
Well, Cappy's eyes get red and watery every day.
That's true.
But did the skunk say in the face? Did he?
No,
do it?
no.
The skunk didn't say that.
I don't think that the skunk was talking, but he was thinking it.
Wow, gross.
Yeah, it is gross.
Well,
but Chewy wasn't outside.
Hey, Pumpernickel, I'll lend him some Listerine.
No, you don't need Listerine for that. You need like tomato soup. Isn't that the old remedy?
Well, yes, but since it was like immediately, like as soon as he got sprayed, we took him outside, hosed him down, put some peroxide on him, some baking soda. Most of the stench is out, but like you could still smell it in the yard. It's pretty potent.
Do you know last week we discovered, Trudell, that Cappy doesn't use Listerine.
No mouthwash.
No mouthwash.
Do you use mouthwash every day?
So I have like at night, I have a fluoride specific toothpaste that I just use at night.
Yeah.
Because my teeth in the past, a lot of cavities, stuff like that. So
Oh,
just
really?
a
Well,
little
it's because of
extra
that
protection.
candy thing, all that candy you
A lot
eat,
of candy.
all that soda you drink.
Mountain Dew, exactly.
Yeah.
By the way, I got to text Tommy Lamb. Can I get a Mountain Dew deal? All right,
No.
I'll text him on the side.
No.
Anyway, so I use the fluoride toothpaste, and so you're not supposed to use like an additional fluoride after that. But sometimes in the morning, I'll throw a little Listerine in there.
I'm not really much
But
of a
not every
mouthwash
time.
guy. No,
He doesn't
and
use any mouthwash.
Right. I
Even
haven't.
Brian Windhorst was giving him a hard time.
Oh yeah, everybody was giving me a hard time.
Sedano, you remember Banaka?
Oh, I don't. Yeah, I remember Banaka, but yeah, I got a mouthwash.
That was a big thing.
I do a little travel mouthwash.
What color do you use? The green?
No, I use this other one that is new. That's really strong. What is it called? It's like an orange
The TheraBreath?
bottle top with
Yes,
like
TheraBreath.
TheraBreath.
Yeah, that's where it's at. That's what I
Because
use
Cappy
too.
tried to. Then he kept pitching us, "Why don't you use Scope?" And we're like, "No, we're a Listerine crew."
Scope literally has sugar in it.
So that one is like supposedly like
Yeah, it's the
super
best.
duper
It's
strong.
like
it lasts
$20 for a bottle.
Yeah, it lasts 20 something
Well,
hours.
I went out and bought a bottle of Listerine. I got breath shamed, and now I've got Listerine in the crib.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Do you use it?
I haven't used it yet, but
You've
I
got-
brush my teeth like 3 times a day.
It doesn't
and I
matter,
floss twice
but you
a day.
got to get everything out.
You do you?
Yeah.
Okay. You're probably right. I mean, there's probably a lot of things that go in that probably have a lot of germs and bacteria that I should probably clean my mouth out. I agree with that.
No, but like Sedano's emailing somebody. Trudell's on phone. It's just you and me right now.
That's just us. Just
No,
doing
I'm
our
listening.
thing. We're just doing our
I
thing.
can multitask.
We're doing our thing.
Yeah,
Trudell and I literally during game days have people talking in our ear constantly and are still multitasking. Can do multiple things at once.
I get Chris's point, and I'm going to apologize. I had to.
Look at that.
I don't know,
I
apologize.
do this little thing called 3 Things to Know, right? For the Lakers.
Yeah, it's on Lakers.com.
And so
What are they?
so I had to send in an updated third point
Yeah, tell
by
us.
a certain
No,
deadline.
on the other side.
Oh, okay.
Let's
Yeah.
do that. How about
Yeah.
3
But
things
I
to know on the
apologize,
other
Chris.
side?
On
That's
the
not
other
like me.
side?
Yes.
Not on the DeAndre?
The Flismo flop.
That's right.
Right. But first, let's talk about Prize Picks, Cappy. Prize Picks, first of all, you want action in the state of California. Prize Picks is a place to be. Download the Prize Picks app. Use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. First $5 play gets you a $50 bonus. It's very simple, folks. There's a statistical line for pretty much every individual player in every sport imaginable, even darts, for God's sake. Okay? League of Legends, right? Video games.
Right.
And you go more or less. When you bundle some together, all of a sudden you can win some cold, hard cash.
Michael, let me ask you a question. If the Lakers don't make it to the finals, would you still like to go to the finals?
I mean, probably not.
Okay, forget it then.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Okay,
You
forget it
should
then.
have said yes.
All right. The answer was yes. You could have taken Riggs to the finals.
Yes.
Okay. She's a cutie. Listen, the Takes Two tickets promotion is on right now.
Oh, well,
Mike.
if I got to use the promotion, then of course.
You win a VIP trip to the ship. So
Oh,
here's
yeah,
what
yeah, I'm
happens.
in on that.
2 tickets to the finals, okay? In addition, it's airfare, it's hotels. I mean, it's literally everything. If you create a $5 3-pick flex NBA lineup for the playoffs, every lineup equals 1 entry to win the VIP trip to sit courtside at the NBA ship. You can max it out at 5 entries per day. Do you understand what I'm saying? 5 times a day,
Yeah.
you can take a $5 play that's $25 a day, okay? And you are entered and you have a chance to win the VIP experience at the ship. George, I hope somebody in the circle of trust wins this trip.
Yeah, I would hope so too. And again, all you got to do is download the Prize Picks app, use the promo code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y. First $5 play gets you a $50 bonus. You can maybe go to the NBA Finals. You can go to the chip, and maybe Cappy will join you there.
That would be lovely.
I mean, who knows? But anyway, More or less. Bundle them together. You're good to go. Prize Picks. Run your game.
It's the Travis and DeMarco Show.
Every weekday morning at 9 a.m.
What's the worst old man thing that you've had happen to you? Have either of you ever fallen down the stairs?
No. You pulled a Donna Martin?
I thank goodness
Oh my God.
there were only 2 steps left.
Oh.
Or I would have been all the way down. But
Onto the
yeah,
floor.
I've fallen down the stairs.
It's Trav and D-Far. Back tomorrow after Clinton and Friends.
On LA's mega sports station, 710 ESPN.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood carpet and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
Hi, it's LeBron. The Lakers play here.
710 ESPN.
KSPN, Los Angeles.
A Good Karma Brands radio station.
You got to believe in God. If you don't, that's fine. But for me, 402.
Here in the Southland.
The South. He wasn't going to give me anything on that.
And what you need to know.
It is Live Imaging Tuesday on Sedano and Kap. We get you ready. Coverage begins at 5:30 p.m. Beto and the Toyota Lakers count down to tip-off right now, though. It is time for what you need to know, Sedano.
Brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. And by the way, what you need to know, beyond what Lindsay's going to tell you, is that Boston Celtics guard Peyton Pritchard has won the NBA Sixth Man of the Year award.
Did you vote for him?
I did vote for him as the number one person.
Really?
I voted for Ty Jerome.
Let's get that WNBC jingle ready.
Ty Jerome was not in my top 3. I had Peyton Pritchard, Malik Beasley, and Naz Reid.
What about Al Jarreau? Never mind. Go ahead, Lindsay. Take it away.
All right, so, Chris, you were talking earlier about what Anthony Edwards said about his schwanz.
He said he's got a bigger schwanz in the
About
face.
his schwanz.
Yep. And what turns out, he now has gotten fined for that. $50,000. And you know what that means? He's got a total of $622,000 in fines.
It's not a small amount
this season. That's a
I
lot
know,
of money.
dude. He is. There was a time where he was like afraid to do the walk-off interviews because of it.
You know, the $622,000 sounds like a heck of a lot of money to all of us, obviously. And to him, I don't know what he's
It's
supposed to
still a lot
charge.
of money,
Still, yeah, that's almost $1 million.
Make my point. Hold
Come on,
What's-
Cap.
What's he making?
It's a
right
bad
now?
point you're about to make.
It's
Well,
like
you don't
Come on,
know.
Cap.
It's
You're
like
not
40,
sure.
45
Come on,
mil or
Andy.
something.
45 million.
Something like that.
Okay,
Come on,
so
Cap.
it's 45 million, right? So
Maybe 43 this
That's
year. I don't know.
pre-tax, by the way.
okay, so the $622,000 is a small number to him based on how much he's making. But in about 10 years from now, when he's sitting around, like, man, I'd like to have that
No,
$622,000
he likes his money.
back.
Trust me when I tell you. It matters to him right now.
God, I'd like to have that money back. But on the other hand, I did get to tell that guy, my schwanz is bigger than your schwanz, and he looked at me and went, you're probably right.
I mean, I think that one he probably is not as mad at, but it's just like some of the cursing. Like I actually don't think I mean, I get it. I don't know, man. Kobe used to curse all the time at the end. I feel like,
but if the
you know?
video, he grabbed it in front of him. I mean, that's.
But that's only because it went viral. But that wasn't on camera.
He also did like the DX suck it a whole bunch of times too.
Yeah, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Called him DX?
Yeah,
No, but he
DX is the
grabbed it.
name.
but here's
Cabby,
the
he
thing:
grabbed it.
if
His
he,
schwanz.
right, but so what? Like, if he would have done that during the game, like that's one thing. This guy is a timeout. Somebody's filming him. Who gives a crap? You know how much stuff is said during these games?
Not on tape.
a lot of it, not on tape, but man, it's way worse than that.
Well, so to me, though, this is kind of like what are you really saying with something like that? Is it really that big of a deal if you see guys getting into it about sizes of this and that?
Right.
Relative to the John Morant stuff, where I can get that.
That
it's
makes
about
more sense.
The weapon stuff and the kind of proliferation of that and kids, that part I get. But and especially if that was an issue, does anyone really care that Anthony Edwards said that?
No.
So that's just to me, what is the damage?
It
being
is the
caused
most
there?
interesting Shams tweet I've ever read, though. I will say that when he put out the tweet that's what he got fined for.
Well, and you're also
it's a slap on the wrist, man. I mean, come on. The NBA's not saying to him anything.
It's $50,000.
$50,000 is nothing to him.
I know, but it's just for him. I would imagine it's again, seriously,
there's
telling everybody how
The
big your
stuff
sponsors.
adds up, Cappy. Clearly, he's got over $500,000 in fines. That's a lot of money.
We could all think there's some stuff where the league's got no choice. In this case, maybe it
I
goes
would agree.
away if you don't fine them, and then it's a whole other storyline.
Is Joe Dumars still running this, or is he already with the Pelicans?
He was in charge of that side of things.
Yeah.
But I would imagine he would stay in that role until the end of the season. But I don't know.
Don't you remember
Text
when
Dumars. Yo,
Kevin
Joe,
Durant,
what's up?
He got fined $50,000 for telling a fan to shut the bleep up and sit the bleep down. So similar thing,
How
right?
about just don't talk to fans? Is that okay?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Sometimes
man. That's also
sometimes
part of the NBA
yeah.
experience. I got to be honest with you.
I like
Some
it.
of them be talking reckless,
I
too,
like
man.
it.
You got to put them in check sometimes.
Well, no, I agree.
Yeah,
you
got
have
to check
to.
a fan. You got to check.
No
him.
doubt.
You got to check.
You have
him.
to, yeah.
Really?
Well,
Well, this guy checked him. I mean, Anthony Edwards checked that fan. Hey,
There's
my
no
silence
doubt.
is bigger than yours, and that guy sat there and he crumbled and he went, sadly, you're right.
Well, this is also part to me of the beauty of sports, and that the consequences aren't that high relative to a war zone where people are going back and forth saying stuff to each other. So if you have a little trash talk on the court, we can get past it.
I'm good with it. All right, that is what you need to know. I'm good with him saying it. What you need to know, brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times, less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Michael, what are the three things we need to know today that are in your story at Lakers.com?
Great job, George.
Oh,
Excellent
man.
job of getting us back on track.
I mean, the first point is just Luka is locked in and loaded.
Locked and loaded.
Right?
Hell
So
yeah.
the
Luka
final-
locked, loaded, Cappy. 3
Triple L.
L's.
That's right.
Hell yeah.
The final 5 games of the regular season, right? He was averaging around 35 points per game. He was getting to the bucket. His threes started to fall.
Yeah.
That was the Luka that we saw in game 1. So that's great. Now, for the second thing, though, Minnesota dominated basically every statistical category.
Yeah.
Assists, fast break points, turnovers, all of that. I think all of those things can be mitigated by the Lakers just playing harder. And J.J. Redick said this, by playing with more focus. Those things should shift.
And physicality.
Focus.
And then the third thing is I'm curious and excited to see what the major strategic shift that the Lakers bring in to this game. And JJ has been pretty careful not to reveal that, as well he should, at the practice availability. During the season, he will give you a lot.
Right.
Hey, yeah, we were in this scheme. I'm thinking about
Different
doing
time.
that. It's not, you don't do that in the playoffs.
No.
Okay, he's doing exactly what he should do. But we're going to see in the first quarter, what are they doing differently, specifically defensively, when Anthony Edwards has the ball at the top of the key, Cappy? How are they going to play him? What shots basically are they going to be willing to let the Wolves take? I'm very curious to see what that adjustment
All right,
is.
so step one is Luka, is what you said, right? Okay. Luka locked in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What's the next part of it?
Step 2 is I just said, but do you want me to repeat it?
Yeah, I
or
do.
Morales,
Said all three of them.
what's happening
it
here?
all kind of got jumbled up.
He
for
said
me.
1, 2, and
I don't
3.
think it was that jumbled.
Well,
but-
and by the way, hold on a second. Look at George. Look at George. George is like, what happened here?
I just
I
said
swear
it.
to you, listen, I was looking on Lakers.com for your article. I wanted to follow.
Why
up.
don't you just listen? He was going to tell you,
Where can I
give
find
you
it?
give
Tell
you
me.
like
Tell me
what
where
is
it
it called?
is.
Cliff Notes
Where's
version
it
of
at?
it.
I need to read along.
So no, today it's literally
I forget
the
it.
Cliff Notes, which I just said. The
All right,
Cliff
here, I
Notes.
found it. I
So
finally found
no,
it.
that's the full extended article for game 1.
That was
today.
last game.
It's
Where's
just
this
3.
at?
It's just 3 bullet points.
It might not be posted yet then.
Yeah, well, they're going to tweet it out
Oh.
and email it out.
It's a blast.
Eventually.
Oh,
yeah, it's just a blast.
Oh,
You know
okay.
about blasts.
I do indeed.
But George was just using it, Cappy, as a vehicle
I
for
got
us to talk a
distracted.
little bit about the game.
I got distracted.
Anyway, go ahead. Just tell him.
ahead.
Well, no, because now I'm all fired up because this is why I didn't know that my son was a daughter.
I told
Digging the other way around. My
You've been
son
holding that in for a
was
while.
daughter. No, just listen when people talk to you.
Wait a second. He's texting. You're on email. I was trying to freaking
I feel so
follow
much
along.
better now.
I
I feel
was trying to
vindicated for
follow
the last
along.
4 years.
I was trying to follow along on Lakers.com.
Yeah.
I mean,
maybe if you show prepped instead of stuffed your mouth.
What do you mean show prepped? He didn't tell me about the three things.
I mean, how many meatballs did you have?
I had 4 last night. I'm going to have 4 more tonight.
What did you have there?
I had a couple
Pollo
pieces
Loco.
of chicken.
Yeah.
18 pieces of chicken
I had some
today.
good chicken. It was good.
Maybe instead of
nacho.
instead
It
of
was
leaving
nice.
the Kings game early, maybe you could have actually looked into what happened in the first game for the Lakers.
Oh.
And yourself,
Yeah.
because you're a professional,
right?
Yeah.
You're on the show. So
Yeah, but that
people-
doesn't mean much. Mace doesn't prep either.
Okay.
Hey, listen, one thing I'll say. I'm going to the
Mace
game.
not going tonight.
Mace has bailed on
He's
the game.
bailed on the game.
Mace has bailed on the game, and I don't know about the mythical dollars about him leaving early, but I told Mason when he texted me and he goes, I'm not able to go to the game tonight. I go, bro, that's leaving early.
Yeah, I would agree.
That is considered leaving early.
Can you
Not
finish
making
your
it.
points?
Finish,
Well,
go. Give it.
I'm gonna
Okay,
give
so
Cappy-
Luca,
I already
number
got
2.
Forget the point. I'm going to give Cappy a new point.
All right, go
okay,
ahead.
that wasn't there.
Look at
Okay.
that. A 4th point.
LeBron James, Austin Reeves didn't have their typical game one.
Attack
Boom.
the smalls.
There's a key right there. They will both play better. And then Jaden McDaniels, you're hopeful that he doesn't go 11 for 13 again. Naz Reid is great, but he went 8 for 12.
He was
So
he
if
was
you
the
just-
secondary interview.
So you think about having the
Saturday.
second and third best players for the Lakers, right? If they play just their normal game, that lifts the whole team considerably.
Yeah.
And Minnesota's number 2 and 3 in game one. You'd say it's unlikely they're that efficient from the
So, Michael, DeAndre and I were texting, and we were
A
talking.
separate text?
No, during the group text.
Oh,
Okay, because
unlike Travis Rogers.
a separate text will get you very angry.
Like Travis and Emily texting without DeMarco.
No, it was in the group text.
Oh yeah,
No, I know.
it
It
got
wasn't
to
a
the
group
point
text.
today where Chris annoyed Travis so much about the individual texting rather than the group texting that Travis legitimately said, "Shut up, Chris."
And I'm responsible for getting him 3 jobs in his career.
Wow.
Shut
Okay, so we were texting, and I was saying I was kind of surprised. I felt like LeBron, particularly, and Luka and Austin to some extent, played right into the T-Wolves' hands by trying to attack their bigs. And I felt like they should have played it to the point where they were hunting the mismatch for the small and then utilize their size on the perimeter to their advantage.
Yeah, so Minnesota is more capable at switching. Like the Lakers have seen a lot of the switching, but Luka broke it down really well in the first quarter. And then you're right, George. Like to start the second quarter, weren't handling it quite as well. I think that shifts though today, just based on the level of kind of attention to detail and focus and all of that. Focus.
Focus.
Thank you, Pepe.
Yeah, I mean, he's calling for
Yeah.
sound bites.
This kid's feeling himself right now.
Exactly.
I mean, you fired him up.
Well, that, and I think also you calling him out for RBF, I think earlier also got him fired up.
He walked in his Colonel Sanders suit, and he's excited.
You're drinking lemonade today, boy. I'll tell you
George
that.
knows better than many, too, that LeBron sometimes has the feel-out game in game one.
Lindsay loves to
I
talk
said
about the
that.
feel-out
I
game.
said that's a thing.
Well,
Totally
it's
a
a
thing.
fact.
True that. All I want to see, I want to see tonight is not so much one-on-one basketball. A lot more player movement, a lot more ball movement. There's a lot of times the ball gets
It's stuck.
with Luka Doncic's hands. Sometimes just get the ball, you're going to get it right back. Especially with a superstar he is. I'd like to see a lot more player and ball movement today.
Yeah,
You tell him, DeAndre.
I would agree. All right, let's. Dr. Clapper's going to stop by. Kevin
what?
Harlan's going to stop by this hour.
What's Clapper still doing on? I thought I nixed that in the hospital.
Oh, you did?
I want to talk to Clapper for 2 things. Damian Lillard coming back, and then the Dodgers' injuries to their pitching staff. So we'll have 3 questions with Dr. Clapper, and then we can get back into the NBA playoffs. But first, Cappy, tell us about your friends at Sellers Advantage.
I would love to. Okay, seller's advantage. Let's talk about selling your house, okay? And it's a great time to maybe consider doing that because seller's advantage is ready to come into your house, take a look around, and then when it's all said and done, when the visit is said and done, they're going to make you a no-obligation, competitive cash offer. Look, you know what your neighbor sold their house for. You know what the guy down the street sold his house for. So does Seller's Advantage. And they're going to walk through the door and they're going to say, hey, look, we can give you this much money. And more often than not, it's probably more than you're expecting. Now, if you decide you want to go out and hire a realtor, here's what you can probably expect. Okay, let's clean these carpets. Let's paint these walls. Let's change out these countertops. Let's put money into the house to get money out of the house. Why would you do that? By the time you get done doing all of these repairs and spending all this money and paying all these agent fees, you would have already sold your home for a very fair, very competitive price without the worry of the deal falling through. So here's what I would suggest you do. If you are contemplating downsizing or just selling and moving, you're ready for a change, get your free no-obligation cash offer today. Call Seller's Advantage, 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-AS-IS. That's 888-390-2747. Their website is sellersadvantage.com.
What's up, kiddos? The Big CY here. What a Kings win Monday night over the Oilers. Go Kings, go. As we wait for Game 2 on Wednesday at LA Live, how about tonight? Game 2 for our Lakers against the T-Wolves. Time for some payback on Minnesota after Saturday. Hear the game tonight on 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app. Listen tonight, talk about it tomorrow morning with me, Clinton Yates. Start your Wednesday with Clinton and Friends, 7 to 9 a.m. on 710 ESPN Los Angeles.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Flashy discounts, gimmicky sales? Don't fall for it. At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, we give you honest, wholesale pricing all year long. No bogus markups, no tricks, just the best floors at the best prices. Call 866-62-FLOOR. No sale beats wholesale. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, check them out at hernandezwholesaleflooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
For the best prices on hardwood, carpet, and more, call 866-62-FLOOR.
Los Angeles, game day is here. Whether you're watching courtside or couch side, fuel up with the fire-grilled flavor of El Pollo Loco. Their famous fire-grilled chicken marinated in citrus and spices cooked over an open flame. It's the perfect play for your taste buds. From their fan-favorite chicken tostadas to fire-grilled family meals that feed your whole squad, El Pollo Loco has you covered. Get in the game with El Pollo Loco because great flavor is always a slam dunk. El Pollo Loco. Order today at elpolloloco.com.
Lakers fans, here's your chance to experience Lakers basketball live during the playoffs. You still have time to secure your seat with Lakers Ticket Exchange, the official resale marketplace of your Los Angeles Lakers. Your ticket purchase is 100% verified and secured with Lakers Ticket Exchange. Go to Lakers.com/ticket exchange on your computer or mobile device to find your seats and you are set. That's Lakers.com/ticket exchange. And go purple and gold.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
On the rhythm of my ride and my lyrics I provide electricity. Yeah, nobody can do you nothing cause you don't know your destiny.
Sedano Kap 418 on a live imaging Tuesday. Mike Trudell's here.
Yep.
Got Lakers coverage at 5:30.
Christopher, can I ask you for a question?
Sure.
Or ask you a question, sorry?
Yeah. Can I do the OTD?
Go, real quick.
On this day in 2003, the song we're playing, the #1 R&B song, Sean Paul, Get Busy.
Yep.
All right, well, go ahead. What are you going to do?
Line 11 never picks up. It doesn't work. Can we
What do you want from me?
Well, can we get someone to fix it?
Yeah, we can just shut the radio station down and rebuild it.
Why don't you fix it?
I don't know.
You know how to do everything around here.
I know. That's why I asked.
DeAndre, we can't hit line 11.
Well,
pay
he
him.
can, but I can't.
Okay.
And that's why Dr. Clapper's here. How are you, Dr. Clapper?
Doctor!
How are you?
It's such a treat to hear Chris Morales' voice. Chris, it's so great that you're back.
Thank
We
you,
love
Dr. Clapper. I appreciate that, my friend.
Yeah, you're amazing.
Thank you.
You are the glue that holds the whole damn station together.
There it is.
And you can fix Channel 11, no problem.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, fix Channel 11 for me, for God's sake. So anyway, Doc, we got a couple quick questions for you. Thank you for taking the time on a Tuesday, because Thursday will be knee-deep in draft talk, so we won't be able to chat with you that day.
See what you did there, knee-deep.
Yeah, you saw that for him, right? The orthopedic surgeon. You like that?
Very good.
You like what I did there? Damian Lillard I don't even think it's been 6 weeks since he was diagnosed with this blood clot, and he's back. What do you make of this, him playing in game 2?
Well, this is a wonderful story where you got to trust the player. He said, I've had a lot of injuries in the past on my ankle, Achilles tendon, ankle sprains, but this was different, he said. It was not a typical feeling. It was swollen. It was tight. And he alerted the medical staff. And we're able to do a minimally invasive study, pretty much with a stethoscope. It's called a duplex scan. And lo and behold, the reason his calf was so tight was it had a blood clot. So you ready for a clapper vision? Here's a clapper vision. Yes, of course.
Give it to us.
Our blood is liquid, right? If you poke yourself, you'll start to bleed. You'll see. I want you to, clapper vision, think of the blood as water.
Hold on, let me punch Cappy in the nose real quick.
W-A-T-A-H. There's no R in that word, water. Water, okay? It's a liquid. But just like water, when you put it in your freezer, after a few minutes, it becomes slush. And if you wait a little bit longer, it becomes ice, right? It goes from a liquid to a solid. Believe it or not, our blood, when there's any kind of trauma in the pipe it's running through, the artery or the vein, it can sometimes trigger the change from liquid to a solid. And that's what the clot is. It's the thickening that happens from trauma. Damian Lillard had a blood clot, and the treatment is blood thinner. But what's really great, and he talks about going back to the hospital, is because we will use that same ability, non-invasively, to see if the clot is dissolving. Will the ice go back to slush and ultimately be back to water and literally not see it anymore in his calf? And that has what he's not even on blood thinners anymore. So it's a green light. And your question is, why can he come back less than 6 weeks? Because if the duplex scan is negative for a clot, there's no reason to keep him on the bench.
Wow.
Good answer.
Yeah.
That's a solid answer right there.
I would agree, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. That's why we bring him on.
Right on. Hey,
Yeah.
Doc, Dodgers pitching staff has had a lot going on so far in the early part of the season. Kershaw about to make his second rehab start. Knee injury, toe injury.
Glasnow just got hurt.
Yeah.
Trinan is out.
And I don't know what the deal is with Glasnow. You know, they call
He's
it
always
cramps,
hurt.
but there's always something, right? And
Right.
Snell has been out. So, Doc, what do you make of Clayton Kershaw, his injuries, and the possibility of coming back and contributing?
Well, when we all think as listeners of the great Scott Kaplan,
right,
we can close our eyes and imagine a palm tree, a Mai Tai, right? We can imagine Cappy in that beautiful scene on an island with the palm tree and the Mai Tai, and what is he sitting in? That's right. He's lying in a hammock, right, between two palm trees. There you go. There's Scott Kaplan. And the reason I'm painting that picture is because that's a clapper vision of the big toe, the left big toe of Clayton Kershaw. The diagnosis is a plantar plate damage, disruption. Well, in essence, if you move your big toe up and down, and you all can do it right now, even if you're driving, do the other foot, all of your weight at one point in gait is all of it on the big toe. And so we have a very thick hammock on the bottom of the big toe. A plantar plate disruption is if someone sneakily maybe used a scissor in the hammock that Kaplan is about to get into. And what happens to Scott Kaplan when he's now going to lie down on the hammock that has a slight tear in it? He's going to fall right through the bottom, right to the ground. And that's what happens to the big toe when you have a plantar plate disruption. It's like turf toe in football, but it's happening in baseball. So his surgery was to essentially sew up the hammock so that Scott Kaplan gets to still stay in the hammock and not rupture through. It is no big deal. He's going to be back as good as new, except he's old, but his toe will not be a problem, and neither will his torn meniscus.
Awesome stuff, Dr. Clapper, especially calling Cappy old.
Hey, no, he was calling Kershaw old.
You too.
Hey, one quick thing, Doc. Ready? Do you know what yesterday was? Yesterday, there was a special event yesterday, and I don't know if you know about it, but if you don't know about it, you need to know about it. Do you have anything on your calendar yesterday that you go, oh, yeah, yesterday, April 21st? Yeah, anything, Doc?
The end of Passover, we could eat bread. I don't remember.
No. It was Tony Danza's birthday.
Oh, Tony Danza.
Tony Danza. Now, Doc,
famous moment on this show. Thought he was calling you and then cursed us out.
Right. Did you call Tony Danza and wish him a happy birthday, Doctor?
He usually gets a hold of me because as an orthopedic surgeon, people are looking for me more than me looking for them. But he's a really, really good friend, and the hatred is real for the two of you.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
What the hell, man?
I mean, we did.
I don't know why, but I can do my best to kind of smooth that down.
Yeah.
No, it's actually better for the story if he hates us.
Right.
Actually, that's way better.
Seriously.
Yeah. Tell him we say Angela. All right, Doc. We love you, buddy.
Take care, Doc.
Thanks for the time.
See ya.
The great Dr. Robert Clapper.
Yeah.
From Cedar Sinai.
So anyway, when do we like? I know baseball's a long season. I know Dr. Clapper was talking about Kershaw and whatnot. At what point do you look at the season and you're like, hey, the Dodgers are kind of in a little bit of a dogfight here. Like it's early enough where them and the Padres are right there. The Giants are a game back. Like if it's a 3-team race, like at what point do you start to worry? Like, oh, they may not. Like this thing stays this tight, they could potentially miss the whole thing.
I'll tell you right now, it is not today. It is not today.
How far along?
I would say
like All-Star break?
I would say about like 4th of July, in that neighborhood.
Just curious.
But right now with the Padres and Dodgers, Padres playing right now, I don't know the score, but they're both 16-7.
Yeah.
But I will just say this, for all the talk about the Dodgers and all the different
And by the way, the
injuries,
Diamondbacks are only 2.5 out.
right. And for all the injuries that we've been talking about with the Dodgers starting pitching, if you're interested, I mean, my goodness, the Padres are falling apart. Yeah. I mean, falling apart. Did you see Luis Arraez run to first base
he got
on
hurt
Sunday and run directly into a brick wall? You don't ever see a baseball player taken off of a baseball field like on a stretcher. With his head taped down like as if it was a football concussion. Yeah. So they're falling apart right now. So I would say this. Some of the Dodger fans have told me, hey, enjoy it while it lasts. Well, enjoyed it through about 23 games, and now it looks like the Dodgers will go back into first place.
I mean, my answer for the Dodgers would be you worry less than everybody else in baseball because you still have the most talent. And, the Mets are up there now, but like the Dodgers have the most wins. The only thing, George, to your point, their expected wins is actually a little lower. Their expected record is 13-10. Their run differential is +10.
Yeah, which is not great. They're usually one of the leaders in run differential.
Usually, but that also tells you that
it's early.
You give the bullpen some credit. They're finding ways to win games, but you're less worried than every other fan base.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting because again, I think those 4 teams are going to be in it for a little bit for sure.
Cappy doesn't even know what run differential means, so that was good.
Yeah, I mean the math part of it just threw me off completely.
Well, we're going to do Radio Tinder. Kevin Harlan's going to stop by at 4:45. But Cappy, first tell us about your friends at Coors.
You hear that, Kevin Harlan? Is there a chance of dueling Harlans today to be judged?
I don't know.
To be judged by the great Kevin Harlan himself?
I don't have a game till Saturday, maybe.
Hey, listen, if you notice, the sun is staying out to like 7:30. It's gonna be even later here before you know it. It's getting warmer out, and the SoCal summer is right around the corner. And here in California, you know what we're all about. We're all about choosing chill. It could be going to your favorite concert series this summer, a festival that you want to go to, maybe heading up into the mountains because the mountains during the summer are so great. Could be hiking the beaches, or it could just be there supporting all of your favorite teams. The one thing we know that ties it all together is enjoying icy cold Coors Light with your great friends. So pick up that Coors Light near you, or if you'd like, you could actually even have it delivered to your door today. And how? You get all the information at visit this website, cachoosechill.com. That's cachoosechill.com to learn more. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly and cheers with an icy cold Coors Light.
You never have to miss a moment of LA's mega sports station. Get the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA in your App Store or Google Play.
Download, tap, and bam!
You got 710 ESPN in the palm of your hand.
Don't navigate the legal system alone. Hey, it's Travis. At the personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand, they will fight tirelessly to get you the max compensation you deserve. Joe and his team understand the emotional and financial toll that an injury can take on you and your life. Call 213-747-2000 or visit normandlegal.com. The law offices of Joseph S. Normand have helped thousands of people like you recover millions of dollars in settlements and verdicts. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. Your recovery is their priority.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. Los Angeles International Airport's People Mover trains begin rolling early next year as part of LAX's ongoing investments to transform and improve your travel journey. The People Mover trains will quickly move guests between their terminals and our new consolidated rental car center, metro trains and buses, economy parking, and Kiss and Fly lot. The trains will make it simple and fast to get to your LAX destination in 10 minutes or less, and trains depart every 2 minutes beginning in early 2026. Learn more at lawa.org/ESPN.
Two LA comedy legends unite to bring it home.
Gabriel Iglesias, Jokoy. One night only, March 21st, 2026, SoFi Stadium. The food, the culture, the people, the vibe, the energy. This is Gabe's home, and this is my home.
It's LA, so you better believe the two of us are gonna bring our A-plus game and then some.
Tickets on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Jokoy, Gabriel Iglesias.
SoFi Stadium.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, everybody, it's Cap. Are you downsizing or inheriting a home? Want to cash in on your equity? Call Seller's Advantage. They buy homes as is with no costly repairs, agents, or commissions. Get a competitive cash offer and close in days or on your timeline. Seller's Advantage has over 20 years of experience and even offers a $10,000 advance for moving expenses. Call 888-390-AS-IS or visit sellersadvantage.com for your no-obligation offer.
DRE number 01961658.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
If you have ever thought about remodeling your bathroom but were worried it would take too long or cost too much, then stop worrying. Right now, Jacuzzi Bath Remodel has designed a collection of high-quality custom products and perfected the one-day remodeling experience so you can enjoy your new bathroom faster than ever before. It's a worry-free bath remodel from the most trusted brand name in the business, Jacuzzi. A jacuzzi bath system fits in your existing tub space. It's a no-mess installation with an amazing style selection, factory-certified installers, and a limited lifetime warranty. Call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599 right now and get 50% off installation with no interest and no payments for 12 months. Replace that old bathtub today with a walk-in shower for a safer bathing experience. If you have lived in your home for over 15 years, it's time to remodel your bathroom. For a virtual or in-home appointment, call 800-717-4599. That's 800-717-4599. 800-717-4599.
I can't turn the mic on so Sedano stops saying the F word. 4:32 on a live imaging Tuesday. Shit out of it, Cappy. We like to play a TV theme on Radio Tinder Time. On this day in 1991, Johnny Carson.
One day you'll get me saying the F word in a different platform, Eddie.
Maybe. Johnny Carson announced he will retire from The Tonight Show, which was caused by Arsenio Hall because SNL did a skit basically making fun of The Tonight Show.
Yeah, I remember.
With
Carson
Arsenio
was
Hall.
not happy about
And
that.
Carson said, my own network's going to do that? I'm done.
Wow, that's weird, wacky, wild stuff. That is weird.
I didn't know you had a Carson in the arsenal.
You know that we worked
did
with
not know
with a Carson. She was through marriage. Remember?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh, happy little.
You can
see what's
follow
going
her.
on.
Not that
my.
Carson, but you can follow producer Lindsay at Lindsay Baseball on Twitter or Instagram.
Oh, my.
Don't forget about our new sponsor, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, the Crazy Hernandez
Crazy
Brothers.
Hernandez brothers. I connected Cappy with them.
Esteban.
If you're in the market for new flooring, shop at Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, where every day is a deal, no gimmicks. Call 866-62-FLOOR.
Trudell, if you need flooring, I got you with the Crazy Hernandez brothers.
You need any carpet?
I mean, they sound solid.
No, he's not a carpet guy.
I need a carpet cleaning right now because
do?
the boys my two sons and girl, just constantly.
Can I finish?
Just everything is on the carpet. It's
Mike, can I
disgusting.
finish the read?
Well, you asked me a question.
I asked him a question. That's my fault.
866-62-FLOOR or go to HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net.
Yeah.
No sale beats wholesale.
Homeboy.
Or are you going to cough like you did during the thing?
Well, here's the thing. I turned
Our
my
mics
mic
are
off.
all. Yeah, you turned your mic off. It doesn't turn our mics off. And then you're just like. And Clapper was like, what's going on?
I thought
How
I
are
was
ya?
being professional and shutting my own mic off, only to then hear my cough ring out in my ear from your
Well, you're
mics.
surrounded between the
and
two.
so next time, I'm just going to see if I can touch all three at the same time.
All right.
Sometimes Mace does that. Anyway,
Yellow.
you can follow her at. Oh, I already said that. Take it away, producer Lindsay.
Thanks, Christopher. Before I get into my radio tenders,
What's wrong, Trudell?
I just saw on Yahoo that Elizabeth Hurley and Billy Ray Cyrus are dating. Isn't that kind of
really?
like
Wow.
a weird couple? Strange, odd couple?
I don't know. How'd they meet?
I don't know, but I like it.
I don't
like
mind
Billy
it.
Ray.
Yeah,
I
that's
like.
nice.
I like. They're two good-looking people.
Yeah.
What you know about Billy Ray, DeAndre?
Achy breaky heart.
Yeah.
I know him as Miley's
dad.
Right.
Yeah.
I know it's Hannah Montana's dad. That's right.
Yeah,
Oh, so
Elizabeth
you don't know-
Hurley,
You
original
don't know
Austin
Achy
Powers.
breaky heart?
I do, yeah. I do,
I
yeah.
don't know achy breaky heart.
I momentarily forgot who Elizabeth Hurley was for
Yeah.
a second, and I just brought it back.
Yeah,
So-
original Austin Powers.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, good for it. I think Billy Ray Cyrus is the winner in that.
I was thinking
Oh,
of
yeah.
Elizabeth Shue.
Heck yeah.
She's like the
No,
blonde
she's the
hair.
blonde. It was
yeah,
Karate
Hurley's
Kid.
the long brown hair from. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
By the way, I love
And
Hannah
Adventures
Montana.
in Babysitting.
Oh yeah.
Hannah Montana was. You can't say that like
What?
that.
No,
Wait.
I love her. Like in real life.
Oh.
Elizabeth
Yeah.
Shue, Adventures of Babies. Okay, yes, she was the babysitter.
And Karate Kid.
Okay.
She was
Yep,
the girl.
Leaving Las
She was
Vegas.
Ralph Macchio's love interest in Karate
And she
Kid.
was also in a movie with Nicolas Cage that won like an Oscar. If I
Yeah,
remember.
Leaving Las Vegas.
Leaving in Las Vegas. Yeah, Las
That was
Vegas.
that was a brutal movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
tough.
Well,
Alcoholism.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, I know.
All right, take it away, Linz.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
So,
Last night we were walking through downtown LA, and Cappy kept going, "Hey, did you drink at this place?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Man, you really are a scumbag."
Oh, dude, everywhere we went, he was like, "Man, I got wasted in there." Oh, you had to see me. I used to get wasted in there.
Cap, I'm like, Cap, stop bringing this stuff up.
Like everywhere we walked around, he's like, "See that bar right there?"
No, I didn't
Got
do it. Cap
annihilated.
did it.
He's like,
He's
slept
a
on
horrible friend.
Slept on the floor of 710. Woke up the next morning.
Go ahead,
grabbed a
Lindsay, take
burrito
it away,
across the
sorry.
street, you know,
Go ahead. I
animal.
apologize.
This guy, an animal.
Go ahead, Linz.
okay, so former legendary NBA coach Phil Jackson rarely posts on Twitter. In fact, he's only tweeted twice since 2018. The most recent was this past Sunday when he wrote, quote, "Again, the NBA tests faith by playing multiple games on Christmas and Easter, sacred days." So I wanted to ask you guys, do you agree with Phil Jackson's take here?
When I saw it, I double-checked to make sure it was the real
Same.
Phil Jackson because
So
I was
did
like, wait a minute, what?
He never tweets.
Yeah.
But he made a point to tweet
I don't
about
agree
that.
with him. Listen, everybody plays on these holidays because more people are home watching. That's just the reality of it. So that's part of the business. And it's actually an honor, I think, and a privilege to work on those days when you know that most of America is home watching, whether it's Thanksgiving for the NFL or Christmas or now Easter for the NBA or the NHL or whoever. Major League Baseball plays on Easter too. I mean, it just is what it is. Like, that's part of the life you chose to live. One that he chose to be a player and a coach for. And I feel like he's always super sour about everything now.
I also didn't realize how religious Phil Jackson was. I
Well,
thought of
yeah.
him as being much more spiritual.
He's spiritual.
You know, I didn't think of him as being so
I don't know.
religious.
He's always pissed
Sacred
about something.
days, you know?
You know what? Look, I get it. It didn't go great with you for the Knicks as an executive, but you don't have to like always be so sour about everything.
They are sacred days.
I mean, listen. Don't get me started on Phil Jackson because I feel like Phil Jackson's lived a very charmed life in the NBA. And he, like, I feel like it turned all of a sudden just because the one thing he did that didn't go well because he wasn't good at it. And now it's like he's sour on everything.
I didn't know you were
basketball.
so anti-Phil Jackson.
I'm not anti.
I
I
hate
feel like he's lived a. You don't agree? He's lived a very charmed life
Because he had Jordan and Pippen and then Kobe and Shaq?
Correct.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he made some of his own luck though too, and I think he was the great. I still think he's the greatest coach.
He is
in NBA history, and he's great.
I
Now,
mean,
Pat
Larry
Riley,
Brown outcoached him in one series.
Pat Riley's like, well, but he crushed.
Larry Brown outcoached him in a
You know who he
series.
outcoached a lot of times though? Greg Popovich. A lot of
Okay,
times.
I don't think Pop's the greatest coach of all time.
No, but a lot
I
of
will
people
say
do,
this:
but
I
Phil's a
think
great
that
coach.
nobody has lived a more charmed life as a head coach in any sport than Phil Jackson.
I just, the last thing I'll say about a major part of my job since 2008 is listening to every head coach in the NBA speak before and after every game. So thousands of times. And I have never, ever been more impressed than sitting and listening to Phil Jackson speak about basketball.
I'll just say this about Phil Jackson. I understand what you're saying, George, about having great players. Great players make coaches look great.
Yeah.
But the skill that Phil Jackson had was managing all of
The
those
egos, no question
personalities,
about
all
it.
of those egos,
Right.
leading them to championships and being able to do it on
Right,
multiple
but
occasions.
what happened when
with two different
Jordan
franchises.
retired or whatever?
Yeah, they didn't have the best
well,
players.
Him and Tony Kukoc and Scottie Pippen all of a sudden were fighting on about who's going to get the ball. When he
It's
had
a lot
Swish
of-
Parker as
it's a lot of
his
anti-Phil Jackson
as
votes.
his starting point guard, how good a coach
I know,
was he?
I feel like I'm getting a lot
I
of
didn't realize you were this
pro
fired
Pat
up about
Riley,
I'm just saying
anti-Phil
he's lived a
Jackson.
very charmed life. So now all of a sudden he's so godforsaken sour just because you stunk as the Knicks president. I mean, enough. Leave basketball alone, bro. Chill out in Montana or whatever.
So
I would rack George over all
that's
this.
pretty good. That's a pretty good.
I think we should do like a dedicated hour and schedule it soon where we just go anti-Phil.
Right. The anti-Phil hour with George Sedano. Hey, no, listen, I actually agree with George about this part, which is...
Well, don't try to kiss up to George
hold
now.
on a second.
Because I'm a Bulls Jordan fan.
When you are asked to play on Christmas, when you're asked to play on Easter, that is an honor.
No doubt.
And
not everybody gets it. Pete, you know this as well as anyone, Trudeau, because you understand how the NBA works.
So does Cappy.
I do. Very, very well. Very well. I understand how it works.
Teams get pissed when they're not on Christmas.
Okay, here's another one, though, for you. Ready? On MLK Day?
Did you want me to respond, or do
No,
you just
not
want
at
to
all.
take Okay,
No,
it's your show.
On MLK Day, they play.
Chris made a choice. It's fine.
They
Can I talk?
They do.
It's my also another day that's important.
Right.
Yes.
Go ahead, Michael.
No,
I was making my point about MLK Day.
No, now you're pulling a Travis and being sour, so just make your point.
I made it.
No, it's more like a Phil.
Yeah. So I just the only thing you were saying about Phil and the religious back, I think his parents were preachers in North Dakota, but then he had his own journey with Buddhism, etc. That we can set that aside. I think it's great that teams play on Christmas.
So do
I'm
I.
a little mad that the NFL had to encroach upon our league. Right, and now NFL games, you got to come for Christmas too. But whatever, it's great for the NBA, and I just think if the holiday is really important to you in that way, then you don't have to watch. You can do something else.
Once the NFL sensed it with COVID, it was never going back.
Yeah.
Are there any players that don't play? Hey, it's Christmas, man. I don't play on Christmas.
Nobody does.
Are there any players
Not
that
to my
say,
knowledge.
hey, on Easter Sunday, I'm very Christian and I don't play on Easter?
Well, you know, even to me, what's impressive too. So you have some players that are Muslim and that fast, but they still play
during Ramadan.
During Ramadan,
Jalen Brown of the Celtics, most famously this year.
So you can kind of do two things at once, right? You can have your beliefs and et cetera, and then you can do your job and have both work.
I once played in a college football game on Yom Kippur, and I fasted that day, and I got more hate mail from people saying, "How dare you?
How dare you?
The Jewish kicker play football on Yom Kippur on Shabbat?"
Did you hit your field goals that day?
I did, but we lost.
Sean Green, I remember, took some grief.
What was their problem if
with
you
the
hit
Dodgers?
your field goals?
I think their problem was that everybody always goes back to Sandy Koufax. You know, Sandy Koufax wouldn't have played. I'm like,
oh, I see. The fact that you did play.
But it's why you're in the.
That's exactly right.
It's why you're in the Jewish. What is it?
So Western Pennsylvania Jewish Sports Hall of Fame. Kiss the ring.
Yeah, Linz, we can sneak in one more.
Okay.
Like Eastern
very
Pennsylvania
quickly.
should respect you too.
Nearly half of Gen Z job seekers think that technology is making their college degrees a waste of time and money. A new study by Indeed found that 49% of Gen Z job hunters think that their college education has lost its value in the job market thanks to AI. Only 1/3 of millennials feel the same way, and about 1 in 5 boomers have similar regrets. Recent job market trends show that many employers don't value college degrees as much as coding boot camps and chatbot know-how. So I want to ask you guys, think that your job could ever be like taken over by technology?
I mean, all of it can in some way, shape, or form.
Do you ever worry about that?
It won't happen. I don't know. I don't believe it'll happen in my lifetime per se. But
I know Mason worries about it.
But I don't believe
it'll worry about other things.
Yeah, I don't believe it'll happen in our lifetime. This particular job, but
there was one time I was listening to your show. Okay, I wasn't on that
Don't
day.
do it. Don't
well,
do it.
no, it's just that the way that Cappy was speaking in a certain cadence, I thought
could be replicated.
Really? You thought it was just
could
AI?
be a sports talk radio bot.
Yeah, you didn't think it
Well,
was real?
we can talk about that after Kevin Harlan. How about that?
It's just one time.
Yeah.
Can Kevin Harlan be replaced by AI?
Absolutely not.
No chance.
No
huh?
chance. All right, listen. Time to talk about our friends, the Crazy Hernandez brothers. Cappy's getting the flooring.
right.
Okay, he's gone to the Crazy Hernandez brothers. You should too. You need flooring in your home, in your rental, or even your ADU. But you got to go to the Crazy Hernandez brothers. They got a place in Commerce. They got a place in Santa Ana. You know what drives me crazy about flooring? The big box national retail
tell me what
stores.
drives you crazy
the
about
big
flooring.
box national stores that pretend to give you a deal by marking up the price to just mark it down. Come on. Big box national stores. Do better.
Do better is
All right?
right.
At Hernandez Wholesale Flooring, it's legitimately family run. You got the Crazy Hernandez brothers, all the siblings, all the kids, and of course, Papi Hernandez started it all, okay? Back in the 70s. You get authentic old school TLC and actual wholesale pricing year round. No bogus sales, no gimmicks, just the best price from the start. That's why I say it, and I mean it. No sale beats a wholesale, all right? Hardwood, laminate, tile, vinyl, carpet, you name it, they've got it. Over 5 million square feet in stock in their inventory. Their warehouse is literally the size of 5 football fields. You can see it, touch it, take it home with you on the same day. That's huge, especially when you're trying to finish a project fast. And check this out. You refer a friend, both of you get 10% off your next flooring purchase. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. It's why first responders, designers, contractors, builders all shop at the Crazy Hernandez Brothers store, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. They know those Crazy Hernandez brothers will always take care of you. And again, you find a better price, Hernandez will match it. No questions asked. Head down to Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Call them at 866-62-FLOOR. That's 866-62-FLOOR. No games, no gimmicks, just the best price in town year-round because no sale beats wholesale. Check them out at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. That's HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net or call them at 866-62-FLOOR.
What's up, kiddos? The Big CY here. What a Kings win Monday night over the Oilers. Go Kings, go. As we wait for Game 2 on Wednesday at LA Live, how about tonight? Game 2 for our Lakers against the T-Wolves. Time for some payback on Minnesota after Saturday. Hear the game tonight on 710 and the all-new ESPN LA app. Listen tonight, talk about it tomorrow morning with me, Clinton Yates. Start your Wednesday with Clinton and Friends, 7 to 9 a.m. on 710 ESPN Los Angeles.
Just as every point matters, every detail counts in our meticulously crafted vehicles. Experience luxury at the top of its game. Welcome to Cadillac of Beverly Hills, the #1 Cadillac dealer in the Western region for the 3rd year in a row. Come and check out the incredible selection of new and pre-owned vehicles today at our showroom, 8767 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills, and at CadillacBeverlyHills.com.
All right, listen up. Whether you're out for a walk, hitting the gym, or just tackling your day, in this LA heat, chafing is no joke. Take my word for it. That's why you need Highland's Chafing Relief. This stuff is a game changer. Goes on like a cream, dries like a powder, and stays put even through sweat and water. No greasy mess, just all-day protection. If you've already got some chafing, Highland soothes it fast with aloe, shea butter, and tea tree oil. Don't let chafing slow you down. Grab Highland's Chafing Relief at Walmart or Target right now.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
I'm on meds, that's why. 4:47 in the afternoon.
Guy almost died.
He almost died. He literally almost died.
Live Imaging Tuesday plus Trudell's here as we get ready for Lakers Wolves Game 2. You'll hear it all here on 710 ESPN.
And, of course, on TNT, right, tonight with Kevin Harland, who will be joining us here momentarily.
On this day in 1978, the Blues Brothers, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, made their first appearance on Saturday Night Live. It's a good pull, DeAndre. That's a good pull.
Good job.
Of course, they performed this on SNL.
All right, let's bring on the great Kevin Harlan. TNT tonight, Lakers, Wolves, Game 2 at Crypto.com Arena.
Yes.
We've got your buddy Michael Trudell in here as well with us. He joins us on Laker Game Days, Kevin. So we've got a big Kevin Harlan fan club in here for you tonight.
Oh, my gosh. I'm honored to be on with all three of you. And, Mike, thanks for the text. And, Scotty, thanks for the invitation. And, George, I'm sure I'll see you in a couple minutes down here courtside.
No, not me, Kevin. I had Game 1. I am going home to see the family before my next game. So I will not see you tonight, unfortunately, but I got a little family time today.
Good for you. I got fans yelling at me here. I think they hear me doing the show. I'm on with Sedano and Scott and Trudell. Make sure they all know.
Hey, but Kevin, but make no mistake, I will come down and bother you tonight for sure.
Good. I want another picture. That'd be good. I'd like that. Hey, I'm on the air here. Stop it. Oh, my God, these people. what is going on? People are hyped for this game, man. They're ready to go.
Understandable. I mean, to lose game one the way the Lakers did at home, especially the way they came out looking in the first quarter, only to get smacked down in the second and never really compete in the second half. Kev, what do you think about tonight's game? How does it change for the Lakers if it can?
Well, we'll find out. You know, Minnesota doesn't really play as well when they have got an advantage in a series. We saw it last year in the second round against the champion Denver Nuggets. And they won the first two games, lost 3 in Minnesota, had to come back and win on the road. But Minnesota, I thought, was the worst matchup for the Lakers. They're just different. They got the best bench, I think, of any team in the playoffs right now. They're 3 deep there. And, you know, you have an 9-man rotation in the playoffs. Lakers did not get that third score the other night. LeBron didn't even play all that great from a scoring standpoint, but he's always a factor, clearly. Doncic has had a series of successful games against Minnesota, whether playing with the Mavs or the Lakers, but they need more. They need Finney-Smith, and they need Gabe, and they need other guys to contribute, and that might be the key for this series. Can the Lakers find the others to get in there to help the 2 main or 3 main guys like Minnesota's getting every night? When their 5-some screwed up, they go to the bench and they find a good combination. And that is why they've won 17 of their last 21 coming into this series. They've got the bench, they've developed it, and they got a team that I think is kind of wired in on how to get at the Lakers. They've got length. They play a high-speed game, which they began in December, and it's carried on through that once they incorporated Julius Randle, and they're really playing at the very peak of their play right now. This is the best they have played all season long, and bad timing for the Lakers. I looked at a statistic today, and Mike knows as well, and anybody that follows the Lakers. I was surprised that the effect of Doncic has not been greater when paired with LeBron. Mike, am I right? 15-8 is their record when together. We just left Houston the other night, and we did Golden State Rockets game 1. And with Butler and his addition to Golden State, they're 24-7, including the play-in win, and now 25-7, including the first game win against Houston. DeAndre Hunter goes to Cleveland. They've been lights out since they've had him. He's been a terrific addition, and he comes off the bench now. And then the other big move clearly was the Doncic one, which was the one everybody talked about. But the results have not been – I don't think it began well, but it's not been as great, I don't think, as people had thought. And I think we need to see that really kind of click in here so that we get the full feel of what this match of LeBron and Luka is all about.
Yeah, Kevin, it's a great point. I think the only qualifier for me was when LeBron missed those 2 weeks in March and Hachimura was out for part of it. When he came back, there were a couple games for the ramp up where he wasn't quite to his full capability yet, and the team wasn't playing that well. It was that road trip right in Chicago. They lost the game when the Giddey buzzer beater. But aside from game 1 and then the Warriors game at home, they've really played very well as a group. And so I think that I'm trying to just look past that game 1, as you see so many times in these series, Kevin. Sometimes game 1 is a bit of a feel-out game. I think tonight we're going to get the Laker team that we've seen sort of at their peak. And again, you've called so many series, you know that better than almost anybody.
No, you're right, Mike. And I know that we're gonna see the best of what the Lakers have tonight. Reeves will play better. Dorian Finney-Smith will play better. Hachimura in the last 6 playoff games, I think has averaged only 8 points. They need to get that double-digit game out of him. I mean, a lot of things have got to collide here, but what better leader do you have than LeBron and a guy to shift on the move? I think they'll play well. I still don't like this matchup for the Lakers in the first round, quite frankly. Minnesota is just a difficult, different kind of team. DiVincenzo did a terrific job on Austin Reeves in game 1. And I'm sure they're not going to, delineate much from what they do tonight. Every team will have some new wrinkles, clearly, but this game is pretty important. Not that Minnesota is all encompassing and has got an answer for everything, but if they play like they played in game 1, which might have been their best game of the season, and they hit the 21 threes, of course, which is just ungodly, and I think they had 9 corner threes, which is huge. This will be tough. So tonight, rarely do you say a game is important, but I think this one tonight feels a little bit more important in a Game 2 situation.
The great Kevin Harland with us here. Yeah, no question. I mean, you go down 0-2 heading on the road. Only 11% of teams have come back to win the series when they're down 0-2 heading on the road in NBA history. So not great stuff there if you're the Lakers, if you fall behind again in this one. I wanted to ask you about Anthony Edwards. I did the game Saturday, and the more I talked to people before the game about him, he's only 23 years old, Kevin, but I kept hearing so much about his leadership qualities, right? Mike Conley told me the story about how when they drew the Lakers, he was the first one on the group text telling everybody, guys, hey, let's lock in at this time. Let's all watch film together. And, he's matured here as a basketball player recently, and even so much as saying to guys, I don't care if I score 30. If you guys score 30 or 40 and we win and I score 15, who cares? What have you made of him as you've seen him throughout this season off the court as a leader as opposed to what you've seen on the floor, which is obviously incredible?
Yeah, and he's 23, but he's a three-time All-Star, and he led the league in three-point shots made this season. So, and he's got the gigantic contract. He's checking every box that you need to check. And the leadership role, even the guys that have been around like the Goberts and the Randalls, I think they're a little bit like, whoa, this kid has got a voice and he's got some important things to say. And they've kind of responded to it. He clearly, he's an Olympian. I mean, like I said, he all the individual accolades and successes there. And he was a factor clearly in the team making the Western Conference Finals a year ago. But I just think, when you see a player like that who's special, and you can't put him in any other category, I don't think he is approaching what we think of type players, but he clearly is heading in that direction, and he I think has taken it upon himself to be, along with Conley and Gobert and some of these veteran voices in that locker room, more of a presence. I think he's been asked by the organization to do it. I think he's got the confidence in what he does on the floor to pull it off, so he commands some respect. He's a hard worker. We know that. But Chris Finch told us the other day when we did the double overtime game in Denver that Minnesota beat the Nuggets, he said, really the key for us and what makes everything go is when Conley is right. Now, Mike Conley has had an injury with his wrist, dislocated finger mid-season. He admittedly, he's a 37-year-old player, as old as Curry. He's admittedly not had, maybe the scoring numbers, but his shooting has been terrific, and he continues to be the guy that I think always possesses the antidote. Like he's the guy that always can figure it out on the floor. Great extension of the coach. He has taken Anthony Edwards under his wing, and how fortunate. Kevin Garnett had the same thing in Minnesota when he was there with some guys that were in their 30s playing, the Sam Mitchells of the world, and they kind of took Kevin under their wing. And that's what Conley has done with Edwards. He's really tried to guide him and give him a compass as to how to be a pro, how to prepare, how to rest, how to handle all these things both on and off the floor, in a game and out of a game, on the sideline and in practice. And it's paying off. And the loud voice, the impactful voice that he has had, I think is evidence of that.
The great Kevin Harland will be calling tonight's action on TNT, Game 2 of Lakers T-Wolves. Will you be with Reggie?
I am going to be with Reggie. Yep, going to be with Reggie and Taylor Brooks.
Okay,
Taylor Brooks.
Taylor Brooks, yeah.
Or Brooks. Well, you can call it whatever you want. We'll just call her T.
Tell Reggie I say hello. I ran into him. Get this, Kevin, real quick before we let you go. I ran into him at the Delta Lounge at LAX. I was going with my family to Cabo for spring break, and I ran into Reggie. He was going to do a game with you, I believe, either in New York or Cleveland, or maybe both that week, and ran into him. So tell him I send my love, and same to you. I will catch you somewhere soon, I'm sure.
Wait a second. Hold on. One last thing. When you come back next time, Kev, next time you come back, you must judge for us
the dueling Harlans. Sedano and Kaplan.
Because we both take your play-by-play.
Yes.
We both do our own version of your play-by-play.
And you judge who did better.
We need you to be the judge of dueling Harlans. Have you ever been to a dueling piano bar?
Yeah.
This is dueling Harlans.
Right, dueling Harlans. It's the first of its kind.
Oh, you guys, and you guys are still employed doing these kind of ploys during your game. Like,
we're really stealing.
Stunning.
We're stealing money, Harlan. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, good. Oh, no. Listen, I love all three of you, and I'd love to join you in the studio. That'd be fun.
All right. Well, Kevin, have a great broadcast tonight. Have a great broadcast tonight, Kevin. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
All right, there he is, the great Kevin Harlan.
So Al Michaels yesterday.
Kevin Harlan today?
Kevin Harlan today. Who do you guys want tomorrow? What legendary broadcaster do you want tomorrow?
I could try Breen, but honestly, it's going to be hard because he's got Knicks too.
All right, just tell us who you want.
Yeah.
From Al Michaels to Kevin Harlan.
How about you tell us about the great Avner Gatt?
Okay, maybe we should bring Avner.
Yeah.
Hello. So, Avner Gatt. Let's talk about this. So, you find a leak in your house and you have no idea what's going on. You realize, wait a second, this is a much bigger problem than I knew. You call your homeowner's insurance company, and they come out and they bring their adjuster. And when they analyze and they look around and they say, okay, look, it's going to be about this much money is what we'll be able to get for you. And you think to yourself, I don't know, man, that doesn't seem like enough money to fix the problems here. That is when you call Avner Gatt, because Avner Gatt is a public adjuster, whereas your insurance company, they have an insurance adjuster. The insurance adjuster, guys, they work for the insurance company, and their job is to go back to their bosses and say, hey, this guy Sedano, his house had $100,000 worth of damage, but I told him that we'll give him $15,000, and he took it. And his bosses all celebrate. Hey, you gypped this guy out of $85,000. You see, Avner Gatt knows the numbers. He knows what you're supposed to get. And oh, by the way, he's been in the business for over 20 years. He's got a full team of people that work with him that used to work for the insurance companies, used to work for law firms. They've got all the experience, and more importantly, they've got the relationships. Because once the insurance companies find out that Avner Gatt is on the case, you'll see the difference. Because when that insurance adjuster ghosts you and doesn't call you back and isn't helping you with your temporary living arrangements and is making you feel like you're the criminal in all of this, oh, just wait until they get a load of Avner Gatt. So call him today, 818-917-5256, 818-917-5256. He'll answer the phone himself. It's a family business. When you call, bring, Avner answers. He says, hello. Go online, avnergatt.com. Avner Gatt, your claim, our game.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station. The most followed sports radio station in the world.
In the world. That's right. In the world.
710 ESPN.
You know it. Yeah, tell your friends.
At ESPN Los Angeles on Instagram, Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch.
We're naturally entertaining.
Yes.
LA's mega sports station. 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. And our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill. It's for you.
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
Hey guys, what's up? It's George Sedano. Waiting is never fun. Usually nothing good happens when you wait. My friend Jacob in the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie want to make sure you don't wait after an accident. Immediately after an accident, before talking to the insurance company, call Jacob, man. Jacob and his team will do all the work, make all the phone calls, handle the paperwork, set up the doctor's appointments, whatever the case may be. And when you speak to the insurance company first, it's a big mistake. Because you know why? They may later use your words against you. However, Jacob and his team, they'll guide you through the process, get you the compensation you deserve, and you don't have to pay Jacob unless he wins. Nothing out of pocket. Free. Gratis. So if you're injured in an accident, the first name, the first thought, the first call should be Jacob. Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
5 p.m. in the Southland.
Turn it up, man.
Time to blow that 5 o'clock whistle with Sedano and Cappy.
That's right, it's the 5 o'clock hour on Sedano and Cap. And it's time for 30 minutes non-stop.
Sedano and Cap on 710 ESPN.
With fun and frivolity, tomfoolery and hijinks, and Cappy doing his thing, thanks to our friends at Real Father's Rights. Real Father's Rights, the father's rights attorney.
Visit RFR710.com or call 833-ESPN 710.
Let's do it, 5 o'clock in the Southland.
30 minutes of non-stop Sedano and Cap starts now.
You ready for this? And time for the Real Father's Rights 5 o'clock hour on 710 ESPN. Let's do it, Jack!
Yeah. Thanks to Kevin Harland.
Here we go, 30 minutes non-stop on a live imaging Tuesday, 5:04. We begin the clock now. You got that WNBC jingle?
WNBC.
I want to hear. We should just play that at the end of every segment. For what? No reason other than it makes me smile.
I'm on with Sedano.
Kevin Harlan was amazing.
It's always amazing.
He is always amazing. We're getting you ready for Game 2. We'll go till 5:30. Then Beto and the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off with Michael will start. 7 o'clock tip-off from Crypto.com Arena. Game 2, you can hear it on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Jack?
All right.
So do we have anything? Do we have any more live reads or anything? Or are we just going nonstop?
We're going nonstop.
Nonstop.
Sucker.
That's all.
That's
Nonstop.
it. We're taking you right up to Beto and Michael.
So we're going to kiss the beginning of countdown. Or is there a stop set there?
There is a stop set.
There is a stop set. Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're not really going a full 30 minutes. We're going more
No.
like 28 minutes.
I was thinking more like 26 minutes. You know, I mean, I was doing the math.
Yeah.
You
know?
doing math?
That's right. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Counting your coins over there?
Oh.
Shohei Ohtani.
Wow. My God. Wow. Jeez. It's funny you say
I don't
that,
get
though.
Don't worry about
I'll
it.
explain it to you later.
I love the fact that Lindsay doesn't get it. That's great.
What? I don't get it.
No, that's good that you
Let's
don't.
just move on.
No,
Just
you
trust me when I tell
should
you.
not get it.
Okay.
You should not get
Just
it.
trust me when I tell you.
Wow.
Let's just move on.
You know, you're a bad guy.
You are a bad guy.
You are
How is that a bad
guy?
guy?
You're
That was awful.
You're a bad
That was not bad at all.
You're a bad guy.
It was used in The Sopranos.
You are a bad guy.
Scumbag.
Really. Exactly what he is.
Anyway.
The things you have said about my schwans on the radio. For people to hear.
I don't know what you want me to
There's
tell you.
a kid referencing. He calls Mason and Ireland to say he got hit in the schwans.
Yeah, but,
oh my God!
Hey, that kid's schwanz hopefully will
Do
be.
not say that sentence ever again.
That kid.
Why?
No.
Let me tell
Just
you
don't.
right
No.
now.
Shut up.
Yours is dead.
It's
Dead
not dead.
schwanz.
It's not dead.
Dead schwanz.
All right. Let's get into the Lakers game.
Oh my God.
It's not a
really?
failure, Eric.
Actually, let me ask you this. So you left the Kings game early, famously.
I did.
You watched the or infamously potentially. You watched the end of that Clipper game.
I did.
I liked when Jamal and Powell got into it. I
The
liked when
Clippers
he would
have
try to
always sucked.
body slam him.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was
I'll
amazing.
tell you this. I agree. Did you hear what Stan Van Gundy said in that situation?
No, the volume was down in the suite.
So Stan Van Gundy, because the way it sorted out, right? So Jamal Murray picks up Norman Powell.
Right.
Now, he got pissed because Norman Powell kind of pushed off him to run around on a screen, and that wasn't a call. So he grabbed him and picked him up. And then Powell and Murray get offsetting technicals. But then what happened was
Christian Brown came in.
Right. He got one.
Yep.
And then
Chris Dunn
for the Clippers and one more Clipper player came in, whoever the third player was.
So the point was where Denver got the free throw.
They got an extra free throw.
Right. Yeah.
And Stan Van Gundy's like, wait a second.
Yeah.
How does that make sense?
Right. No one, and like you said, Chris, the volume was down, so we weren't able to hear it. But we were like, wait a second. Wait, Denver's going to the free throw
I thought they were
line?
going to offset.
Right.
That's what I thought.
Right. But the problem was you had two extra Clipper players come over.
Right.
And so they gave them all technicals. And there ended up being one extra technical for the Clippers. So Denver ended up shooting the free throw, which I thought was crap. And then there was another play where Brody, right?
I like the way you point at me.
Well,
like your guy, Brody.
Well, you did make reference to him on our walk back last night.
I was loving Brody last night.
There was a play late in the game where Brody steps out of bounds.
Yes, that's right.
With his left foot,
Right.
drives to the basket,
Right. Doesn't
and
get
they
the-
reviewed for the
Yes.
foul
But they
because
never
Ty
saw
Lue
him.
challenged.
Right.
And then they brought in Kane Fitzgerald, who was in the replay center, and he told Stan and BA that well, we can't go. He's like, well, why couldn't you like go back to where Westbrook stepped out of bounds? But you can do the opposite, where if there's a foul and then if someone steps out of bounds on the baseline, you can do that. And Fitzgerald, to his credit, said, I understand what you're saying, but the rule specifically states that we can't go back before the play.
Yeah.
It has to be the initial drive where we start. And Van Gundy ripped the officials again, understandably so. He's like, how does that even make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's still part of the play that he stepped out of bounds.
You know, for the game that LeBron talked about after game one, where we just weren't, I guess we really weren't prepared for the physicality of Minnesota. You know, we know what they bring to the table. We know how physical they are, but we just weren't ready for it. So I guess maybe we'll be ready in game two. You look at last night's Clippers-Nuggets game, you talk about physical.
Those two were ready. By the way, Kawhi Leonard is a bleeping killer, man.
Kawhi Leonard, 37 games played during the regular season.
Right.
And they managed it, and he managed his body perfectly to date.
Right.
To date.
Yeah.
We've seen what's happened where Kawhi has been healthy going in and doesn't make it out. I'm not rooting for his downfall, and I'm certainly not rooting for his injury. I'm just saying that that's been the pattern. But when he's on and when he's healthy,
He was unbelievable.
He could not miss if he tried last
And
night.
I think Charles nailed it at halftime. You know, I kind of started to notice it, but it didn't really click until I watched him yesterday. He's lost a lot of weight. He looks lean and leaner and thinner. And by the way, when you're dealing with all those leg injuries, lower extremity injuries, you probably do need to lose weight so that way you don't continually have those injuries because you're carrying around all that weight and all that muscle.
The one thing about Kawhi Leonard when he shoots the ball and his claim to fame, if you will, at least as he was coming out of college, is how big his mitts are. He's got these really
huge hands.
big
The claw,
hands,
yeah.
right? When he shoots the ball, you can just see the way the ball rotates off of his grip, off of his fingertips. It's amazing. I'm telling you, he was on such fire last night. He couldn't miss. But, George, there's this one
And by the
play-
way, it's not like he played a terrible game one either. He had 22 points in that game.
But he was unstoppable.
Oh, no, he was
last night.
unstoppable
But
last
there
night,
was a play in the game last night where Jokic is backing up against Zubats, right? And he takes his elbow and he kind of like swings it around and pushes him to the ground and goes to the basket and gets called for an offensive foul. Like, that's what we're seeing is guys throwing their bodies, throwing elbows, hitting people, pushing people around, intimidating people physically. The Lakers got to be ready for that tonight. In fact, not only do they have to be ready to receive it, you know what else they got to do? They got to be ready to give it.
You got to give it and receive it.
You got to give and receive, right? Don't you think?
By the way,
remember that, George? One of the greatest moments of us all together. That was still when you were on the show.
That was LZ. So Robert Wilkins, the counselor,
I want to play that again in a few moments.
Correctly states Murray didn't get a technical on the play. It was just a common foul. That is true.
How about that?
That's what it was.
Hey, by the way, since you were talking about watching the post game last night or even halftime with Chuck and Kenny.
I watched the whole thing.
Are you going to talk about the deuce?
Did you guys see when Shaq had to
ran
get
up?
up?
He said he had to pee.
Yeah, well,
nah.
Shaq got up.
He came back really fast. I've never seen someone poop that quick.
Well, listen.
if it's there, it goes.
Right, and if it's
but you still got to wipe. You got to take off all that stuff.
Yeah, but if it's ready to go.
He's mic'd up. He's got an IFB.
Maybe he didn't go full wipe.
Well, also, you know, they could.
Well, sometimes you don't go full wipe.
My favorite part is when
if you're in a rush, you don't go full wipe.
According to who?
It depends. Like, I'm wearing my white Skims today. I can't not go full wipe.
Have you ever
know what I mean?
not gone full wipe?
Of course, many times. But here's the
No
thing.
way,
You
dude.
just deal with it.
When Shaq
I'd
got
rather
up,
burn my tushy than not go full
Oh,
wipe.
really?
Yeah.
When Shaq got up and Kenny says to him, "Yo, man, it's all that olive oil you've been drinking."
Right, because he's on that TikTok fad.
Yeah.
He said that the makeup ladies at Turner are all on the TikTok fad, which is to drink a shot of olive oil every day.
I don't know about the TikTok fad, but I'll tell you this: in my 2.0 life, a lot of olive oil and balsamic.
Oh, dude, I have been an olive oil person for decades,
and it makes it smooth. You know what I mean?
But I don't do shots. I like drizzle it over
yeah,
stuff.
but it goes flying out.
But I like Kenny
it's
telling
good.
Oh, yeah.
Keeps you solid. It keeps you.
Sometimes you don't even need a full wipe.
Lubricated.
You know what I'm saying?
I do. He told him take matches too.
I heard him
was a
say
great
that.
line.
That
The
was
matches is key.
That was awesome. Now hold on a second about the Clippers. I'm going to call a timeout here. All right, DeAndre.
20-second
DeAndre,
timeout.
I'm calling a timeout here, just so everybody knows. George, this is something I haven't brought up with you, but it's important to bring up.
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Because what is happening right now is 1,000% your fault.
Why?
Okay. Here's the deal. So now I want you to know that I have Clipper Daryl freaking taunting me.
Oh no, I know. He direct messaged me. I sent you the screenshot.
This
But
is why it's your
that
fault.
turned into a whole thing because when you weren't here, that next day, the Wednesday, he did his whole thing, his whole dealer's choice on Clipper Darrell.
Oh.
And
Oh,
then
I
there
didn't
were
know
all
that.
these.
That's your fault then.
There were all these subtweets about how Clipper Darrell isn't actually connected to the Clippers anymore because of something happened.
Well, remember he had that that thing
So
up there.
then this brought on even more steam.
So then
the Redcoats, right, or somebody like
Something
that.
like that,
Somebody-
yeah.
I don't want to blame the Redcoats. He got to some issue with one of the security outside the arena. So it's not the Redcoats. Redcoats are inside.
It was
So
inside.
then Kaplan would.
No, I thought it was outside the
Go
building.
watch the video, dude. You got it. The red coat was out of line. He was way out of line.
Anyway,
here's the thing.
Kaplan looked a little out of touch with what was going on.
So I said to him, I go, look, just like my friend Stephen A. Smith would say.
By the way, you always know where Darryl is because he's got the car.
Yeah, right.
It's like a BMW that's like Reddit. It's like all clippered out.
He told me he's going to pick me up in that Clipper BMW.
Yeah.
Because he's already asked me for my measurements.
Yeah.
Because as you may recall, I said
Darryl's a great guy.
I said, I'll take the Nuggets. Then Darryl said to you, tell your boy Cap that I will take that bet. And then you sent me the message.
Right, I sent you the message,
And it pissed me off.
Yeah.
It pissed me off.
Why did it
George,
piss you off?
Because
It really did.
Because if
It
you
really
want a
got
piece of
mad.
me, George, if you want a piece of me.
Why did he go through me? Is what you're
Right.
saying?
I'm a very easy guy to find.
Oh, okay.
Twitter, Instagram.
Maybe he wasn't
Facebook,
following you.
TikTok, LinkedIn. Everybody has my phone number.
Yeah.
Okay, email me.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So that's what upset you,
So
that he
it-
went through me.
Correct.
Okay.
So now I told Clipper Darrell, you
Yeah.
weren't there,
Yeah.
but I told him on the air, and I said it just like Stephen A. would say it. You don't want to make an enemy out of me.
Oh, Jesus.
I told him, you don't want to make an
No, he
enemy
did
out
this
of me.
whole thing.
Right? So now Clipper Darrell is taunting me, George.
Yeah.
He's sending me messages on direct message on Twitter and on Instagram. And today he sent me a picture of me in his suit. So he photoshopped
That's great.
my head
Yeah.
on his suit.
Is
And
it on Twitter?
And no, and he's like, Cap, get ready. This is what you're going to look like. He's asking me, George, for my measurements because he's that overconfident that the Clippers are going to
I think they're
going to
win.
Well, don't say that, please.
But I do think
I
they
don't
are.
want to wear the Clipper Darrell costume.
Right. I mean, it isn't. I mean, is it any worse than when you wore the Elton John Dodger costume?
The Elton John costume, I felt sexy.
Yeah.
Okay.
You did look good.
I thought I looked hot.
You did look good.
I don't know about hot, but you looked good.
All right, and I don't want to wear the Clipper Darrell costume, and I don't want him picking me up in his Clipper Darrell BMW.
It's a nice car.
Okay, I just don't want any part of it. So
I think it's like a 750.
all I know is this:
Maybe it's a 5 Series.
this is all your fault.
I don't know. It's nice.
I'm just telling you right now, your fault.
My fault.
Correct.
He sent me the message.
Right, you didn't have to send it to me.
What did you want me to do? Just ignore him?
Yes, ignore him.
You know he's short on content, so he used that for like 15 minutes of content.
Right, of course. And you know Chris is short on content because all he does is tell everybody how short everybody else is on content.
Yeah, but that's part of my job.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Scumbag. Ask Travis if it's part of your job.
Anyway,
we won't have to worry about
so
that in a couple of years.
I think the Clippers are going to win this series. I think the Lakers are still going to win this series.
I sure hope so, man. Listen, if you lose in round one of the postseason.
I mean, it would be after as good a season as they had. There was a lot of feel good to this season, right? If you look at the Lakers, it started a little challenging, up and down, but then they hit their stride. Then the Luka trade happens, and they really took off after that. If you look at it, they went from a bottom seed to like a top 3 seed, right?
Number 1 seed there for a second, right? Or 2 seed for a
2
second.
seed, never one.
Yeah,
I mean, Oklahoma
2
City
seed,
has been blowing everybody
2
out of the
seed for a
water.
second.
Come on, man.
Yeah, get it together,
Watch
Cappy.
the game, will you?
Yeah. So anyway, which by the way, they're destroying Memphis again.
They are. They're
on
up by
22 in the
yeah, I
second
know.
quarter.
Which, by the way,
Yeah.
Oklahoma
City is so good.
Oklahoma City beating down Memphis, and look, everybody expected Oklahoma City to win the series.
Yeah, but
I don't know that anybody.
I know
expected,
Ja's a little dinged up, but this is insane.
but I don't know anybody expected them to lose by 50 plus in the first game.
Third largest win in NBA playoff history.
So think about this: Memphis beats Dallas, right? Oklahoma City is making a joke of Memphis,
Right.
And yesterday, this Nico Harrison press conference, which I had a chance to go back and watch last night,
Yeah.
when he said that he didn't know how the fan base felt about Luka.
Well, the owner said the same thing too.
My brother.
It's an entire NBA conspiracy.
My brother. If you didn't know how your fan base felt about your best player, your most popular player,
That's on you.
I have to ask you, what do you live in Dallas? Do you like live in the same city?
Yeah.
Where it's all happening?
Oh, the X-Files.
You don't know?
Oh, the conspiracy.
Yeah, no,
well, we
no.
don't need to get into it.
I liked your conspiracy.
I talked about it earlier.
Anyway,
But we can't do it with Georgia.
but I do think the Lakers are are going to win this series. But I think we are in for 7 now, so buckle up.
Who's in for 7?
All right, strap in.
This series is going 7.
Oh, it's going 5 if we're lucky.
Well, you think the Lakers are going to lose in 5?
I think if they lose tonight, it's done.
Oh, well, that's a difference, but I don't think they're losing tonight.
Oh, okay.
If they lose
Like, I
tonight-
think LeBron tonight has a more traditional LeBron-like game where he's going like,
oh, my gosh, what was that?
25 or more.
So
I
what
thought somebody shot a
what
gun
is your
into my
prize
head.
picks thing?
All right, you ready? Here's my prize picks.
38
tonight.
and a half?
No, here's my prize picks for tonight. I've got Luka for more than 24 and a half
I would go
points.
less.
I've already gone more.
Yeah.
I've got Austin Reeves tonight for more than
Because I think Luka will distribute more.
He has to go more than 13 for them to win.
Austin, yes, more.
More than 13 and a half
Yeah.
points. Here's the key tonight.
Yeah.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Over whatever it is. More.
Than 38 and a half.
More.
points,
So I think LeBron
rebounds, and
tonight
assists.
does a traditional LeBron 25, 8, and 8 style of game where he gets you about 25 points or more, around 8 or 9 assists, and around 8 or 9 rebounds. I think that's the game LeBron has tonight, and that's Luka has a very similar line, and Austin has in like probably like 18, 19 points in that range
I
too.
kind of figure the same thing that if I'm LeBron and it's Tuesday night and you're not going to play again until Friday night.
He's got to pick on the smalls, man. They got to take advantage of Mike Conley. They can't just let Mike Conley shoot. I mean, he's 40 years old, too, and he's not like a LeBron 40. Like, look, I love Mike Conley. He's good.
He's a real 40.
But he's, like, small, too. Like, you got to pick on that guy defensively.
That's what I was going to say, actually. I was about to say exactly the same thing.
Pick on the smalls?
Pick on Conley. Yeah, just
right.
pick on him, you know?
I mean, Conley for sure.
That's exactly what I was about to tell you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice shoes, too. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
All I know is
Thank
this.
you.
Is
Do you have the
LeBron-
Aura one? That one really pissed off O'Shea.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for letting me share in your aura.
Well, because it was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. He didn't like that.
No,
SGA.
it wasn't that.
It was the Aura bar?
It was the whole
Yeah, he
Aura
didn't
part.
like
He
the
thought
Aura
you were
part.
sucking up to him.
I was.
He was.
I mean, there was no
I mean, let's call it what it was.
confusion. there.
Right. I was sucking up to the guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
that team is up 46-31 yet again
Right.
on Memphis.
That
So
team,
I think that they might be in the finals.
They might win the championship this
Yeah.
year. And by the way, if they win it this year, they're probably going to win more than one. Is what I would
Probably,
say.
yeah.
All right, then you'll really be able to share in his aura.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I mean?
he'll use that in the because you're doing radio finals, right?
And conference finals.
Oh, then
West.
that's definitely happening again.
Oh, for sure.
But wait, like,
I'm back for some more Aura, Shay.
Thank you for letting me share in your
probably
aura.
like the worst team in the playoffs?
Who?
Memphis?
Well, they had to kind of play their way in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
but
the
I
eighth
would
seed.
say that if you and Ja's hurt, I get that. But Oklahoma City has the highest point differential in NBA history this year. Like they're really good. They destroy everybody. So
You got the Kawhi song?
LZ. Sounds like Chewbacca at the beginning.
He did have a lot of Chewbacca in him. You got the WNBC jingle? Play that.
66 WNBC.
Yeah.
So
There we
people,
go.
People are on me in the YouTube chat because we're talking about the Clippers, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, so Kaplan, were you watching the Clippers game while the third period of the Kings game was going on? Is that what's going on here?"
Pretty much.
Answer yes.
Oh, by the way, we
Answer-
didn't give away the Kings tickets yet, did we?
Oh yeah, let's do that right
Caller
now.
number
away.
7. Caller number 7 right now at 877-710 ESPN. You
I'll
win
be there Wednesday.
Yeah, you'll see Sedano there. Will you win 2 tickets to Crypto.com Arena for Kings Oilers game number 2? 877-710 ESPN. You get to win 2 prizes. 1, you get to talk to Lindsay Baseball. And 2, you win the tickets. And maybe we'll put you on the air here in
Yeah.
a few
You
minutes.
need to you said I wasn't going to go.
I know.
Yeah, he was trying to ramp me up yesterday. He's
but
like,
you were saying
you got
you-
Sedano these tickets.
Well, I said I needed to figure out when Reale was coming over
And
for
I
dinner.
was
He's
like-
coming over tonight.
And I was
Okay.
like, it's not a big deal. It'll be okay. And Kaplan's like, I don't know. I wouldn't do that to you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You do this all the time.
Well, but I text him afterwards. I said, I told him, and then I said to him this morning, I said, hey, I'm all good now. We're good. So don't, you know.
By the way, I do have FOMO about tomorrow night's Kings game.
Right, because you missed out on the.
Well, I mean, obviously, I feel stupid for leaving the game last night.
Right.
But I will say this: it was 4-0. It was 4-0. And while my son is all over me,
Justin's right.
He's all over me. I will say this: Trudell kind of gave me a little bit of a pass.
He did.
Okay. And I'll say something else.
What?
The Big CY. I visited and hung out with the Big CY this afternoon.
Were you one of the friends?
I was not one of the friends. Here's the thing about Clinton. Clinton told me he was going to stop in on today's show.
He did not stop in.
He has not stopped
Well, he's
in.
probably busy.
he cut a promo with me today.
And he also didn't. He didn't say, "Hey, would you like me to stop by?" Or he didn't even wait for me to give him an invitation. He just told me I'm stopping by on today's show, and I thought, well, that's wonderful, Clinton. You're welcome anytime.
Funchy's here,
but I want to go crash his show. but I don't feel like I'm
here.
welcome.
You're not one of the friends.
I don't feel like I am.
You're not.
But how is that possible?
Yeah.
By the way,
Funchy, yeah, get out.
Real quick, don't forget, before you get ready for the game, of course, listen to the pregame show, the Toyota Lakers Countdown.
Wow, a lot of people want these tickets.
Coming up at 5:30. But have you checked out Producer D, Young D's Lakers Talk Daily?
Got to do it.
On our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles, thanks to our friends at Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with DeAndre. Use the code.
And so,
What's
DeAndre,
the code?
If you use the promo code ESPNLA, you get a special offer. It's up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. You can come check out me on Lakers Talk Daily on the ESPN Los Angeles YouTube channel. Check it out, man. They got the special playoff action.
Because DeAndre knows ball.
He does know
play
ball.
ball.
Oh, yeah,
he actually played ball, unlike us.
Played ball, knows ball.
Yeah. So let's get back to like the targeting. Like if you're Luka, LeBron, and even Austin, right? Like targeting the smalls. Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, even Dante DiVincenzo. Like, I feel like those are guys that you have to forget about trying to call up Rudy Gobert. Like, what are you doing that for? Julius Randle? No. Nasri? No. DiVincenzo, Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's who you got to call up if you're LeBron and Luka.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, I don't want to see one-on-one ISO ball. I would love to see, if they do utilize a pick-and-roll game, but make it effective. You do that, drag out Rudy Gobert, then do a quick swing, like you said, and get Mike Conley in the mid-post, and that's where the ball movement comes from, like you said, what we always talk about, like a slot cut. We haven't seen that enough.
LeBron had a slot cut in game one. He did have one.
Yeah,
he did have one, and Lindsey still didn't know what it was, even though it was LeBron.
What you know, Cap, about ISO ball?
ISO ball?
Yeah.
What is that?
Do we have the winner?
What about a slot cut?
I know a lot about slot cuts now.
It's coming from the slots.
I didn't know a lot about slot cuts earlier in the
Just
season.
a slot.
There's a lot of slots.
Dive to the basket.
But then
that's
D,
fine. That's fine.
D, we started talking slot cuts, and the next thing you know, I'm like a slot cut expert.
DHO, you remember that one?
DHO, yeah, hell yeah. Is that the delivery service?
Can you explain like what
DHL.
exactly
Oh, my
like a
bad.
slot cut is, like the movement of it? Like how's it?
It's a dive to the basket from the perimeter.
Oh,
it's a slot cut.
So normally, like they'll catch
Usually
it, like,
from the wings.
oh, okay.
at mid post, low block, and then that's when the guy comes and cuts right from the
Oh, so the
perimeter.
guy from OKC just did one.
I don't know. I didn't watch.
Yeah, I wasn't watching.
Looked like a
Well,
slot.
now
cut.
they're only up by 10.
Oh, look at that. See, Memphis is
Come on,
fighting
Memphis.
back.
Come on, Memphis.
Yeah.
Fight these guys. Come on, Ja. Do the grenade thing.
No, don't do that.
Yeah,
Terrible
don't do
cat.
that.
What do you mean don't do that?
I mean, we don't want the kid to get like in trouble again. We
Well, I
need him
don't
to
care.
play.
What do I care?
We need him to play.
Was he going to get in trouble for the grenade thing?
Maybe.
I thought he only gets in trouble for the gun thing.
I don't know.
I thought the grenade thing was
I don't
kosher.
want to tempt fate. How
By
about
the
that?
way-
I want to see every team at their full strength.
Well, he's not
the
at full
winner,
strength.
Chet Holmgren,
our winner
big
for the
three.
Kings tickets, Antonio Ala. He said hi to everybody. He met us all to Mandy's, and he's taking his son to the game. So
Awesome.
They might be the Cappies next year. I
That's
don't know.
awesome.
They're
It's not
either-
going to be the
Oh,
Cappies.
Mason
Cap.
would be
No
upset.
Cap.
Mandy's
He'd be
4,
upset.
Cappies 1.
No
I don't
How
know.
about you call them the Masons?
No.
I like that idea.
No. We're not.
That's
calling
a
should
good
call them the
idea.
Funchies.
The Funchies.
Funchies is fun.
I like the Funchies.
I think
Fun
it's just
Funchies.
here. Yeah, Funchies always here,
I
right?
like that idea.
The Funchies is fun.
I'm here.
Yeah, that's not happening either.
Chris, are you
I want
out?
Cappies to annoy Mason. That's my whole goal.
Oh.
I want Cappies to annoy Mason.
Are you going to have tonight a meatball in the suite?
I might have one meatball.
One meatball?
Hey, one to meet the bull.
They get
Right.
the Mediterranean platter for me now with all the veggies.
Oh, George, the Mediterranean platter is so nice.
That's
They-
very
they
nice.
cut
Some
these
hummus?
peppers
Yeah,
in
a
the
little
middle,
hummus.
and then I take the hummus and I put it inside of the pepper. It's so good. Take a little head of broccoli and I put it into the hummus. That's very nice.
Oh, my.
Everybody likes the pita chips, which is lovely.
Yeah.
You know? But,
Oh, my God.
But I do like, I'm telling you right now, you take the hot dog bun, you put it in the hot dog container.
Yeah.
It gets moist and
does get
soft,
moist.
right?
And that's Cappy's real deal. Dealer's Choice today.
There
He's
you
telling
go.
us about
Right.
Thanks to our friends at Sellers Advantage.
Right.
Do the read.
You want to sell your house before you call an agent? Call Sellers Advantage. They'll buy it with an as-is competitive cash offer. No repairs needed. They make selling easy. Call 888-390-AS-IS for a no-obligation offer or visit sellersadvantage.com.
All right, thanks to Mike Trudell, thanks to Funchy, thanks to Christopher, thanks to the Circle, the guys in the back, Funchy hanging out, as I mentioned, DeAndre and Lindsay. Cappy, excellent work as always. Beto and Michael are up next. Game 2 of the Lakers T-Wolves on 710 ESPN.
Rack 'em.
66 WNBC.
I'm Doug Hopkins.
And I'm Damon Lyons.
And we want to buy your house.
With over 30 years in the business and more than 20,000 real estate transactions, Sellers Advantage offers a much better buying experience.
We don't charge agent fees, you pay no commissions, and you make no repairs. Sellers Advantage will show you a no-obligation, as-is cash offer and can close in just a few days.
Just check out our Google reviews and see for yourself.
Call Sellers Advantage today or visit sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy.